Hello everyone, I'm NiiNiifc and this is Blue Lines TV. And today I'm bringing you guys the subscriber call-in show. Apologies for the delay, some technical issues, and I was actually working on another special video. I actually did a stream with Joe Tweedy. I can't say a stream. I did a podcast style video with Joe Tweedy, so expect to see that tomorrow. But again, you guys, obviously it's my fault for taking so long today. It hasn't been good, but hope you guys can forgive me this once. But yeah, you guys, I've got the first caller. I'm just waiting for the first caller to come in. And you guys, I hope you enjoyed that Tuchel exclusive video too. Now, the video me and Joe Tweedy did do, we were basically talking about Tuchel. We were speaking about players that would work in the system, players that wouldn't, players that can improve, what type of transfer targets to look for, and what type of youth players can benefit under Tuchel. So you guys will definitely enjoy that. The Super Monty, if you look in the description below, bro, you'll see my email address. Literally email me. The reason why I'm saying email is because first I've got my email up so I can see, and that way I can send you the link. So yeah, if you want to be part of the show, Super Monty, description below is my email. Just send an email to me. Yeah, the next caller will be coming pretty soon. You just click on. Okay, he's going to be here pretty soon. So if anyone wants to... Oh, no, obviously, yeah, obviously to pay. But obviously, when you email me, I can send you the link then. It's easier that way. Okay, got everything set up. So when you email me to let me know if you want to come on, then I'll send you the PayPal through that then. Perfect. Okay, Hotmail. Who still uses that in 2018? Damn. Come on, you guys, allow it. Whatever email you use, you know. I mean, I've got my Gmail accounts and everything like that. I want to call, but I don't have a clue. Don't have email. Okay, you know what? I'm making it long. I'll just send you can send a super chat if you want. Send a super chat, and then obviously have your social media in the super chat so I can send you the link. I'll put the PayPal there as well too. It just makes everyone's life easier that way. Then I made it too long. The chat might turn on NiiNiifc tonight. I hope not. Come on. But you guys, I hope you watched the earlier video I released tonight, that Tuchel exclusive. So I'm excited. How do you guys feel about Tuchel? Do you think that realistically he's going to be the manager for next season? I think there's a big possibility. I really do. I understand, but again, you know, other clubs are looking at him as well. So I guess he's in a position where he's got the world on his oyster. I think I said that wrong, but yeah, I mean, he's got so many options. I don't blame him. NiiNiifc, love the videos. They're always good, but recently they've been particularly good. Thanks for that, man. Maybe because the news has been particularly good. I think that's why. Okay, I'm just waiting for the caller to come on. I've already got a caller on, just waiting for him. I clicked the link. Yeah. Did you click join? I'm just waiting for the first caller. He's got some technical difficulties of himself. Okay. Copy. Yeah. It should take you there. Just click join. Cool. Oh, you guys, tonight it's not been a good start tonight so far. So apologies for all of this. Honestly, it just hasn't been the best start so far. Okay, I'm adding the PayPal description. I'm adding the PayPal link in the description to make your lives easier. If whoever wants to become part of the show, make sure in the PayPal note that you put your email address or your social media so I can send you the link so you can come on. Make sure you don't forget to do that because a lot of people do, and then it just adds on an extra 5-10 minutes that didn't need to be added on. I'm just waiting. Gotti, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Is it not taking them? Come on. I clicked the link and asked me to sign and use my Google account. Dang. It's the same link. Try and fix it. Okay, I'll find what other caller. There's another caller on today. I think. Let me see if. Okay, I'll bring it up. There's another caller ready. So I'm gonna wait for Gotti to fix his Google Hangout. He's gonna be on shortly. Brian will be the next guest coming on. So Brian, if you're listening, all you do, I've sent you the link on Twitter. Just click on that and it takes you straight here, bro. Waiting for that first caller, like. Cool, come on. Okay, everything's coming up. Yeah, Brian's going to be on shortly. He's just clicked the link. Like I said, you guys, apologies for the delays today, but tomorrow I'll make it up to you. I've got a video coming out in regards to Antonio Conte, and this video is going to be different. I'm going to be talking about whether it's best to sack Conte or to let him obviously leave on his own terms. And I'm going to be breaking down what's the best business decision to make and what Conte's departure is going to mean for future managerial appointments. So it's going to be a very interesting video. I think a lot of you guys are going to enjoy this one tomorrow because it definitely, you know, it's going to speak volumes about our managerial targets for next season. So that's going to be a good one. And then I've got the podcast with Joe Tweedy as well. We're speaking about Tuchel. We're speaking about players that would benefit him, players we have in their team that will benefit, the players that win or lose under him for next season as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one tomorrow. So I've definitely got you guys. And then in the evening again, it's gonna be the Q&A live stream. So tomorrow's gonna be a very busy day. Nini, let this guy call in. He donated twice. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm just preparing. I've got a caller coming in right now. Come on, what's not working today with everyone? I wonder what is taking so long with everyone today. Oh, okay. Super Monty. Yes, Super Monty. I've just seen it, bro. Okay, thanks for that. I have the app already. It's linking me to the Play Store. For some reason, everyone that's using Google Hangouts on their phone, the link's taking them to the Play Store for some baffling reason. All right, Super Monty, I'm going to have you on now, and I'm going to send you the link on email, over on email. So yeah, if you check your email, you'll see that. Okay, perfect. I think you just sent me an email. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. Reply with the link. Okay, I've sent you the link. If you check your email, I've sent you the link. It's supposed to be a $5, but I'll let you off £1 for tonight. Okay, so I've sent you the email. I have the app already linking me to the Play Store. What is happening tonight? Okay, so I've sent you the link. So you guys obviously yeah, have a look there. Hey, man, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. How's it going, man?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Perfect. The first caller's on tonight. You guys, I've sent you the links, so you'll be Brian, you'll be on second, and Gotti, you'll be on third. So try and sort out your Play Store and try and sort the app out. If not, use your computer if you have to. I'm not too sure what's wrong. A lot of people use Google Hangout on their phone and then it works like that. So I'm not too sure why it's not working, you guys. But hey, man, if you want to introduce yourself to the stream.
Yeah. My name's Montel, lifelong Chelsea fan. I've been following your channel for a while, so I just wanted to have a little chat about next season because things are looking very promising.
Mm-hmm.
And at times, I haven't really been inspired to follow football as I usually do because the style of football and the results has been getting me down. But things are really looking up.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, how things are going to shape up, the sort of players we can bring in to fit our team going forward.
Okay.
Now,
so, yeah.
First, I just want to say that like I've been Conte out for a while, and like I feel as though like you have seen the signs, the writing on the wall, a lot sooner than a lot of other people have. Like I follow a lot of Chelsea channels, and they're also like Conte forever. Conte, we want to we need to stop firing managers, and we won the season. We won the league last season. You guys are traitors. You're not loyal, and
I know.
they haven't. There's been so many signs showing that literally Conte's empire has been crumbling. You know, I don't want to turn into a rant about Conte, but I just want to say a few things real quick.
Yeah.
You know, his formation, his system worked very effective last season when we had lesser competitions to participate in.
Yeah.
This season, the stresses of more competitions, you know, our thin squad, right? He hasn't relaxed his hard training regimens. He's very reluctant to switch up his tactics. All of these things combined have led to our downfall. But I'm not ignorant to, the board. The board haven't necessarily backed him as they should, but they have backed him. I don't want to hear the argument that he hasn't been giving enough money, because if we gave him the best players in the world, he still played this caveman football.
Yeah,
so exactly. that's the message I've been hearing from you a lot, and I agree completely. You know, he's had tools, for instance, like within the squad, Loftus-Cheek he loaned out, brought in Bakayoko, played Bakayoko to the death in midfield rather than giving Luiz a chance in midfield, and we know that Luiz can do a job in midfield. But he's got his stubbornness and his tactics, and he's unwilling to change it. Right. Also, Nathan Ake, he sent out, and we just had Alonso at left back for 6 months, and the guy was played into the ground.
Yeah.
We've brought in Palmieri, and he won't even play him because he's throwing a tantrum because he didn't get Alexandra. This has always been Conte's way. If he doesn't get the players he wants, he throws a tantrum, and he has a bit of a hissy fit.
Since Juventus have been doing that.
Yeah. And I think that's unacceptable. As a manager, sometimes you don't get exactly the tools that you want, but you need to get on with it and make the best of the situation.
Yeah.
And as you always say with the youth academy, if you look to combine the youth academy and look to our squad, he could have made those adjustments and made the solutions. But he's like, no, I didn't get my £60 million left back. This club sucks. I'm gonna go to Paris for all their millions. And so, for me, all the people saying that Conte is the right person to take us forward, I cannot understand them. Right? He doesn't want to make use of our amazing youth system. Right? His tactics are outdated, and he's unwilling to evolve with the times. And everyone's like, they won us the title last season. It's not last season though. Everybody's leveled up, and we've got we got to level up as well. So, speaking on Tuchel and Jardim, I'd be content with both appointments. I think they're a step in the right direction. Tuchel has a pedigree of and a history of incorporating the youth
Yeah.
and like growing these younger players into superstars. He's done it time and time again. And Jardim, I mean, what he done at Monaco was incredible. But
he's still doing
you know,
good this season. I mean, people keep forgetting he sold all of his best players. They're second in the league. They've got players that are much younger, aren't anywhere near as developed as the guys that left last season, and they're still competing. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
good manager.
I know the French league isn't the most competitive by any means, but still to have your team, as you said, stripped apart and to still be up there, you know, you gotta tip your hat to the man. But the dark horse is Luis Enrique in this equation, right? And I know a lot of people are like, Enrique, you know, he only done well at Barca because of MSN, and he's a one-trick pony. He's tactically inept, you know what I mean? But all these are valid concerns, I feel, right? But he brings something to Stamford Bridge that we haven't had in I don't know how long, and that is control-based, possession-based, attractive football. Which will make use of the great players we have in our team, such as Fabregas, Hazard, if he's there next season. I want to talk about Hazard just now. So yeah, I mean, Luis Enrique, I wouldn't mind him, but he's not my preference. How do you feel about that?
Again, I've made this point with Enrique. I mean, look at the realities. You know, he's got Neymar, Suarez, and Messi. Now, these guys under him were scoring more than 100 goals per season. I think that they have the record between three players. I think it's more than 120 goals in a season. So when you're getting that type of goal threat, I mean, think about it like this. You know, each player's averaging like 40 goals each, which is ridiculous. One player who's the main focal point in the team doesn't even get anywhere near that in this country. So I understand why his system changed. And I think the mistake people make is that people think Enrique is one-dimensional, where he only has one style of playing. And I kind of feel, well, the reason why he adapted at Barcelona is because he's thinking, I've got this front three. I don't want these guys to track back. I don't want them to do any of the off the ball work. Let them purely do what we spent hundreds of millions on. Let them just attack, keep those positions, or play on the counter. To subsidize that, I'll have the midfield drop a bit deeper. Now, of course, Barca lost some of their possession control based game. They did become more direct. At the same time, they had one season where they won everything in a year. Everything, guys that are scoring how many goals? So, here's what I think. I don't think it's necessarily when he left, because he wasn't sacked. He just left after, on his own terms. It's just how football works sometimes. Sometimes you have to bring a manager in just for that spell to do the job. Enrique did that for 3 years, you know what I mean? And then obviously he did it as much as he could do with that team. It was time for him to move on. It was time for Barca to introduce that possession style. Because think about it like this, there's no way they could have done both. It would have had to be one or the other. So, and again, people forget about what he did at Celta Vigo and what he did with Roma. And he's always used youth players as well. So, I don't think he's definitely not as bad as what people are making out to be. I mean, if you told me Allegri, I'd understand. If you but if you're telling me Luis Enrique, he's not on that type of level. It's not that bad.
Definitely. One concern I have with Enrique though is that we're looking for a long-term manager, which is something at Chelsea we've never quite managed to do. You know, managers always in one door, out the next door. You know what I mean? So with Enrique, he does have a trait of 2 or 3 years in, I'm off. With no particular rhyme or reason, or maybe not even a bust up or nothing like that. Just like I've done my part here, I'm gone. So he is a bit of a CV warrior in that sense. I wouldn't say mercenary, like that's a bit harsh, but I'm not sure he's the guy to build a long-term legacy with.
I know what you mean. So, that's what I mean. I kind of feel with guys like that, you don't let them let's say create something from scratch. Like they take over. So let's say, for example, like when we had Ranieri and then Mourinho came, Ranieri did all that legwork. The Mourinho took that squad to another level. I kind of see Enrique as one of those managers, and that's probably why he's asking for such a high premium for his wages. I mean, I think he wants like 15 million a year. So I think he'll be probably the highest paid manager in the world. At the same time, he's won everything, hasn't he? So I guess he can ask for that because he's got results. But yeah, I mean, what's your thoughts on Tuchel and Jardim? Like, who would you prefer to have? Actually, you know what? Before you tell me, are you using Google Hangouts on your mobile?
Yeah.
Did you get a link that popped up that took you to the App Store, or it never took you to the App Store?
No, it just went straight to
It's
the
been
link.
straight.
Yeah.
It's weird because I've been sending links to other people using their phone too, and they're saying it's taking them straight to the App Store. I don't know how
Mhm.
to fix it. Yeah, I just wanted to find out what happened. But yeah,
Mm.
who do you prefer out of Jardim or Tuchel?
No, that's interesting because they have similar profiles, right?
Yeah,
In the sense that they made the most out of not a great situation.
yeah,
And that's exactly what we need right now. Someone to come in, not complain, and make the most out of not such a great situation, right?
yeah.
But why I would lean towards Tuchel, and I'll tell you why.
Mhm.
The German league is inherently more competitive than the French league. I don't think anyone can dispute that. I mean, yeah, Bayern sort of has a monopoly, while there's teams like Red Bull Leipzig that
Yeah.
sort of, put up some sort of a fight.
Mhm.
Whereas in France, it's like PSG and Monaco when
Yeah.
they're in a good place. You know what I mean? And then the rest is just trash. The rest is just fodder. So Tuchel, because he's used to more competitive league. I think the jump from managing in the French league to the Premier League could be kind of intense,
Yeah.
and it might take a season for Yardim to like, you know, acclimatize himself to that sort of
I mean,
environment.
he has worked in a lot of different leagues already. Yeah, I know he's been in the Portuguese league, the Greek league,
Mm,
I think another league beforehand. So I
mm,
think he could, especially because I've always seen it like this. You know, when you inheriting very good players, it does make
mm-hmm.
your life much easier than, let's say, going to Stoke or going to West Brom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I'd say as well, one plus for Jardim is that he already has a relationship with Luis Campos.
Yeah.
So if we can manage to bring in Campos to fill that role,
Mhm.
then they might have a nice relationship with each other, and that might aid us, in
Mhm.
the running of the club. So there's pros and cons for both, but
Mhm.
purely because I just rate the German league more than the French league, I have to go for Tuchel. You
Yeah.
know, and just to sort of spit in the face of Arsenal fans as well. They get one more year of Wenger, and we get we get Tuchel. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
Real quick, Nini,
Exactly.
I want to talk about
Yeah, you got
a
time, man.
few.
Don't worry. Yeah.
Okay, lovely. I want to talk about the personnel next forward, right? Because the team itself, or stepping away from the managers, the team is in terrible state, right?
Yeah.
But I think there's options and answers within the squad and the youth system, right? I
Mhm.
don't think we have to spend or buy tons of players to correct the issues, right? But I feel, and this is controversial, and I think you're going to disagree with this. That's why I'm going to bring it up. That it is pivotal for our rebuild that we sell Courtois and Hazard. And yeah, don't get me wrong. I love Hazard. He's one of my favorite players. I love Hazard. He's world class.
Mhm.
Courtois, fantastic keeper. But I think it's very important that we sell them to rebuild. Now, what's your take on that? And then I'll give mine afterwards.
I kind of feel that obviously, you know, you definitely have more time. I think with that type of statement, you definitely have to elaborate a bit more in terms of what you're thinking. You know what I mean? Then I'll answer
Yeah.
afterwards.
Okay. So when it comes to Hazard, right? I love Hazard as a player, but it goes beyond me as a fan of Chelsea, right? I've
Mm.
become a fan of Hazard over the years because he's been a loyal servant to our club, and I feel as though for him to reach the heights that he's capable of and he wants to reach, he needs to move on to those top echelon clubs.
Oh,
And you
okay.
see what I'm saying?
You're
For
saying it
for,
from
for,
that
for
perspective of the player's best interest, not.
yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
also that's not the only reason, but it's one of the reasons why.
Yeah.
Because I feel as though that if he doesn't go to that Barcelona, that Real Madrid, obviously probably Real Madrid, um, it'll be like unfulfilled potential. I
Mm.
want to see Hazard next to Ronaldo. You know what I mean? I want to see him against with one of the best players in the world in that Bale, Ronaldo, Hazard sort of thing.
Mm.
I think it's a long time coming. He's been at our club for 6 years,
Mm.
so loyal to us. He has been a fantastic player. He's done his job. As fans, I think it's only right
Yeah.
that we, when he's making this big step and he's making this big move, we're like, we're not salty, we're not bitter. We're like, you know what, this guy has been at our club for so many years,
Mm.
scored so many goals, done so many great things. Let's just give him a good send off.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Let's not be bitter. Like my friend is a Liverpool fan, right?
Yeah.
And when Coutinho was going to Barca, right,
Mm.
he was really like, he's like, oh, fuck Coutinho. Oh, can I swear? No,
Yeah.
sorry. He's like, screw Coutinho. He's a traitor. You can piss off to Barcelona. I hate him. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, he's been at your team for 5 years. He's done so much good work. It's his dream to go to Barcelona,
Mm.
right? And in exchange for that, you're getting 140 million, which you can spend on a world class defender in Van Dijk and balance your team more.
Mm.
And Also, you have so much attacking threat that losing to Coutinho isn't really, he's not as important as Hazard is to us.
Yeah.
Everything goes through Hazard at Chelsea. He
Mm.
is the focal point. Coutinho, for me, was like a luxury player at Liverpool. They were already good, but he made them better. He wasn't vital, in my opinion. As we've seen, they've been scoring goals for fun without him.
Mm.
Right now, in our current state, if we lost Hazard, right, with no replacements, we'd be screwed.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But so let's just to wrap up on the personal side of things, right? For the player, I feel we shouldn't hold him back if he wants to make that move.
Mm.
Now, secondly, the money we're gonna get from Hazard and Courtois. If Coutinho went for 140, we could get probably like 180 for Hazard. Something crazy. Look at how much Mbappe is touted at last season. 165. Hazard is much more established than Mbappe. Mbappe had one good season. Hazard's been at that top level for years. So we could really cash in there. And if we sell Hazard and Courtois, I'm thinking somewhere in the ballpark of 300 million for the both of them, maybe. So maybe that's a bit ambitious, but we can get somewhere close to that. With that money, we can really invest in us. And I'm not talking Danny Drinkwaters. I'm not talking, Ross Barkley's for 50 million and Giroud's. I'm talking we can buy some serious players, right, to address problem areas in our squad with that money. And we can promote a serious rebuild. And with the absence of Hazard, new stars will have to be made to replace them. And then what happened overnight? The Masondas, the players that will fulfill that role will have to step up to fulfill that role.
Yeah.
So I think if we have Hazard, keep Hazard next season, right? Like, it's just we're stagnating. I'm not saying what we bring will be better than Hazard, but a club comes to certain points, right, where they have to let go of their heroes and they have to let go and they have to build new ones. Rooney had to leave United. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They couldn't stay with Rooney forever. Rooney was a fantastic player for the squad. It's not the same. There are different points in the career, Rooney and Hazard, but it remains the same. You see what I'm saying? They couldn't hang on to Rooney and Giggs and Scholes forever. At some point, you got to establish new heroes for your club.
Yeah,
players need to move on.
Yeah, he keeps saying a lot of times rebuild. Obviously, using the money from the sale of those players to invest in the squad. But obviously, rebuild is a strong word because it's implying that a lot of players need to come in. So for next season, how many are you expecting to see that the club try and bring in?
No, okay, here's the thing. Okay, if we think about, I'm going to run through the squad real quick, right, and say what areas I think needs to be addressed, right? So centre back, I think we'll be going to a back four next season, right? Most likely. Centre back, I think it's covered. Yeah. Aspi can adapt to centre back. Christensen's blossoming, even though he's had some horror shows, but he's young and he'll get there. And he looks top class. So Christensen, Aspi, Luis can do a job there still. I still think that he is very much capable of playing at centre back. Although he has his wobbles, he'll be okay. Zuma's coming back. His loan at Stoke hasn't gone the best, but that talent doesn't just go away after one bad loan season. So, and Cahill, not the best. He's our captain in quotation marks. He's our captain, but he's a good fourth, fifth choice. So centre back is fine.
Yeah,
right.
I think no investment needed at centre back.
Definitely. Now left back, Alonso, he's okay, but I really have high hopes for Palmieri. I think Palmieri will be our premier left back, and Alonso will be a decent little deputy. You see. Exactly. I think a problem. Now, onto the first problem area, right back. Zappacosta and Moses aren't good enough to be first choice, in my opinion. They're both second choice options. You know what I mean? So we have to strengthen that right back. Moses, his flaws, his deficiencies have been exposed this season. His lack of crossing, he's decent sometimes. He can, he's got a bit of pace, but as a fullback, he doesn't possess enough of the qualities necessary to be effective there.
What type of quality do you think that he, in particular, what's his major weakness?
His major weakness is, his decision making at times. Sometimes it's like he gets, and I used to accuse Willian of this, right? He gets on the ball and he's not decisive enough. He's like, he doesn't exactly know what to do. He doesn't move the ball quick enough, and it slows down our attacks. And then when he does get into a position where it's okay, put in a decent ball, and our forwards will make the most of it. He just scuffs it, or his crossings horrendous, horrendous. Especially in this formation, we're relying on our wing backs to provide the width and the options from out wide. So a fullback, a wing back that can't cross is a liability, in my opinion. You know, what's the point in buying a big forward like Giroud if no one can cross the ball to him?
Yeah.
So definitely, you know what I'm saying. So right back is an issue. Now, when we get to midfield, I actually don't think our central midfield is an issue at all. You know, we have N'Golo Kante, one of the world's best in that position at CDM, right? You know, fantastic interceptor of the ball. You know, just a great like wall in front of our defense.
Yeah.
And then we've got Ruben Loftus-Cheek who's going to come back, and I really think that this lad, you know, could go on to be a proper talent for us.
He's a modern day midfielder. He's got everything. But you've got like, obviously you've got like, let's say 5 minutes left. But let's get back to the nitty gritty. Obviously, in regards to selling Hazard and Courtois, now personally, I don't feel that with players like that they should be sold. I think in terms of finances, the club definitely have finances. If they had to sell players, they could generate funds from obviously guys like your Cahills and your Pedros and players of those dimensions. Like, maybe they even decided to sell Mitchley. I mean, they can definitely raise funds if they needed to. I'm not saying do that. I don't agree with that. I'm saying that there's other players there that you could help to generate some transfer funds. A club of our stature, our finances as well, we bring in money, we make money. So then we wouldn't even need to sell. We wouldn't even have to sell players really to be able to reinvest in the squad. And
you honestly think so?
Yeah, we definitely do. In terms of finances, we're secure. I mean, yeah, I say this all the time in my videos. A lot of people think we never got priced out of deals. That's the thing. Now, we say priced up because we remember the stories like your Pogba, but then he's an anomaly because it's like the main reason why no one wanted to buy him was because Raiola would have got 20 million, and no club wants to pay an agent 20 million because that's just an incredible amount of money. Exactly. But I'm fair on them because obviously he set the contracts and Juventus obviously accepted it. You know what I mean? In a way, is good because they basically took advantage of clubs and their short-term thinking. So, you know, fair play to them. But I'm just thinking that, you know, getting back to my main point that you know, in terms of finances, you know, they're literally good. And, you know, look at someone, you're making the point about Hazard. Of course, I get from, you know, the player's perspective that he could do better. But I think he's just waiting for the right manager, to be honest. And I kind of feel I'm looking at someone like Salah, for example. Yeah, look at
Conte.
Of course,
restricted.
Restricted. You don't have that as much freedom. No attacking support, which is the main thing. It's not too isolated at times. I mean, look at someone like a Salah. You know, you finally use this guy properly. I mean, in a space of one season, this
Salah hurts. Salah hurts.
Yeah,
Salah hurts.
Yeah, I think he's on what? Is he nearly on 35 already, or something like that?
Salah hurts.
But here's the thing: he's doubled his goal scoring rate just because of the tactical decision by the manager. There's other examples of Salah's. Dries Mertens. This guy was always just a decent winger.
Yeah, he got like 30 goals last season.
World-class striker now. I mean, Sanchez. He always got goals, but when he played under Wenger up front, he got an incredible season. So this is what I mean. It just takes the right manager to take it.
Depends on the manager, I know. But like he's invested so much time into the club, right? And he's been forced to play under defensive managers. I mean, if I was him personally, you know, this season under Conte would have been the last straw for me. If I was in this position, right? I understand his thinking. Maybe, you know, he's got that German mentality, you know, birth by the club, die by the club, you know, that sort of mentality. But that's rare nowadays. You know, and we can't expect that of people nowadays. You know what I'm saying? He's been forced to play unattractive football for the majority of his time at Chelsea. Yeah. And that's not,
But to give context to your argument, I kind of feel your argument makes more sense. But let's say hypothetically, we don't get into Europe for next season, and then Hazard and Courtois say, oh, not Courtois because he's already committed his future. Then Hazard says, oh, I think I want to leave. Then I understand your point more because then it's like, well, if he wants to leave, he's already done so much for us. Maybe we should just cash in on him, especially during the World Cup here where you'll get a premium. just because he's going to be doing well in the World Cup.
Yeah, we're gonna get nice. We could get so much money for him though. So, but this, when we get rid of Hazard, I don't want to just bring in like mediocre players. I don't want to just bring in like Arnautovic or something from West Ham. I want to bring in Mahrez. I want to bring in Leon Bailey. You know,
Here's the thing, we can still bring in those guys with Hazard. That's what we should be targeting.
I don't think we can. If we look at our spending over the last few windows, us splashing that much cash on that caliber of players, right, without the outgoings to get the money back in, it's just not in our MO at the moment. We're not on a, like, Liverpool will spend those ridiculous sums and not necessarily.
Okay, obviously I'll keep this at the last point. I need to address this point because I think this is what I mean by the misconceptions. Now, the main issue we had in the summer wasn't because we were priced out. I made that point about Pogba earlier, then I forgot the point I was making. But you know, Pogba's an anomaly because he's just ridiculous because of the wages you're paying to the Asian. But for example, look at the Lukaku deal. Now, the main issue we had was the negotiations. It was because we start too low and it takes too long. Now, remember when United made the bid for Lukaku, 75 million?
Super quick, quick. Done.
Everyone's forgotten, but then we matched that same bids. We matched it. So we had the money to do that. But by then it was too late because obviously if you're Lukaku, you think I've been basically saying I want to sign for this club for this long. You guys know how much I want to sign for Chelsea. The people behind the scenes know
we're messing about. We're just messing about.
Now you decide you can pay the full price like United are in. You're not serious about me. I'm leaving. Alexandro, we were still 60 million strong bids that they could have accepted because I think that was their valuation. They didn't want to sell him because it was too late. So this is what I mean. It wasn't down to not being able to afford these guys. It was just because of the negotiations weren't on point. They were too slow, too long. And this is why, think about it like this. So many clubs now have money. I mean, you spoke about Liverpool. A few years ago, Liverpool couldn't spend 70. When they had guys like Andy Carroll, would you have said in the next 4 years, Liverpool are going to buy a defender for 75 million? Everyone would have laughed at you. But now with the Premier League, with the investment from the TV deals and all these clubs that's making more money than they've ever made before, when it comes to play, it's the most important thing is not even really finances. It's just down to how smart you negotiate. And and because so much clubs are rich and got money now, you got to sell. You got to sell more than just I can give you this wage and that wage. I think this is the era we're living in now. You got to sell. You got to sell like
the package, the lifestyle, everything.
That's the most important thing these days. And I think maybe that's a mistake we've been making because we can't afford. Yeah, we could have bought Lukaku. If Lukaku was like, okay, Chelsea came back for me, I'm going to sign for them, he would have signed. But it's the fact that it was too slow. But obviously, man, before you go, what do you have Twitter? What is your Twitter social media accounts?
Nah, I'm not really on Twitter. I'm not really much of the social media guy. One last thing I want to say before I go, Michy Batshuayi has a future. He should be a #1 striker next season. Morata's the #2. We pay 60 mil for him. And Giroud can take pictures or something for the calendars and shit. Yeah. And nice one talking to you, Nini.
Nice for coming on.
Care, buddy.
Speak to you in a bit.
Worries, bro. In a bit. Cool, man. Cool.
Yeah, he was a good caller. That was a nice call. I think I've got the other guests coming on right now. Well, next week okay. One caller will be coming on for next week because I think he's having issues, signing into Google Hangouts or something. I've got the next caller coming in now, Alex. Good. Alex is about to be coming on. Yeah. Perfect. Alex is, he's clicked the link. He's going to be coming on. Let me set the timer. Okay, 15 minutes. Perfect. Let me see. Anyone else? I mean, if anyone else wants to join, there's still space. So, if you want to join, obviously there's an email address that I suggest you email me so I can see, because obviously I can't really focus on the, I can't really focus on the chat as I'm doing it. Send by email. Okay. I've got another. Okay. Okay. So, okay, Dennis. Oh, Dennis. Perfect, perfect. Okay, cool. All right. Let me send the email. So it looks like I have to send the Google Hangout link through email because that's when it works. For some reason, when people use it on their phone now, there must be some glitch happening. So, okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense. All right. From next week, I definitely won't be doing it like this anymore. I'm definitely going to make sure I do it properly. The delays are just too long. All right, cool. Paste. Okay, it's a good thing I've got two screens. If I didn't have two screens, this would just be impossible right now. All right, copy. Paste, boom. Okay, Alex, I've sent you the link through email, so check that out. Okay, come on. Hey, Alex, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
You good? If you want to say, introduce yourself to the stream.
Okay, I mean, I guess a lot of you guys might know me already, but I'm Alex. I feature sometimes on CSW6. NiiNiifc, first of all, just wanted to let you know, I decided to become to pledge to a Patreon. I hope you're happy about that.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I made sure it was £10, but because it was in dollars, so I made sure that the amount was exact. Not only that, I think there's also a great thing that happened today is the fact that the Chelsea ladies won against Montpellier, and they're in the semi-final for the first time ever. So congratulations to them. That is amazing.
That's a good point. I mean, I definitely need to catch a Chelsea ladies game. I'll be honest, I really haven't. I don't think I've ever watched a game from them. It's pretty bad on my part. But if they're going to be in the semi-final, I think it's definitely. I think they show the live streams on Chelsea's YouTube sometimes. So
maybe. I mean, I don't really watch it, but I just saw it on the news on the feed, and that's why I wanted to say it. But I mean, I don't really watch it myself. But the fact that they've gone this far shows that. I mean, it's amazing because our youth go really far in terms of the youth league or something like that, something like the equivalent of the Champions League, and they do so well. But our first team, and also the ladies themselves, but our first team can't seem to go that far into the Champions League. So should we maybe take some lessons from the manager of the Chelsea ladies and the youth team?
I mean, I can see your way of thinking, but I mean, I definitely say the youth team model would be a nice approach to look at because I'm not the only one, and I never make out to be the only one as well. There's always been this issue where it feels like the first team is completely alien to everything else in the club. I mean, everything's run so perfectly, with the backroom staff, with the abilities of people to, get job progression and get better roles from within, and how the youth academies are run, and now the ladies team as well. I know that we've definitely invested money in the women's team as well to sign a lot of international class players. I think there's one South Korean especially supposed to be really impressive and skillful the women's team. So everything's run how it's supposed to be. I think it's the first team that we have these issues, and I think there's always been this onus on win at all costs, short-term success over long-term planning. Hopefully, because I know a lot of people have been feeling this, it seems like for next season, different. It feels like next season will be the first positive starts in, with moving the first team to become part of the rest of the club. So I think once there's that synergy between all areas, I think it's going to be a very exciting season in terms of our long-term future.
Personally, I think I agree on that end. Now, I just want to say a couple of things about Tuchel, and afterwards you can say if you agree or not. The thing about Thomas Tuchel is that I think he's going to shake Chelsea to the core. he has the same mentality as Guardiola, which Guardiola in his first season, what did he do? He stick to the core players, the Agueros, I think Kevin De Bruyne was there at that time. Those type of future players that will be really the future of Man City.
Yeah.
But he got rid of the dead weight, like Nasri, Jesus Navas, all those players that were just not worth it at the club. I think we're gonna have something similar with Thomas Tuchel.
I agree. I agree because again, I think next year when it comes to signing players, a lot of the signings we will make will be replacing players that do leave. So I do agree with you on that part.
I mean, I don't know who to say, but I do know that players like Pedro, Drinkwater, Cahill, David Luiz, those ones will be the dead weight. I think will be the ones that will clear out. And I mean, I don't know who will be the core itself. I would say Azpilicueta would be definitely one of them. Kante is another. Christensen is another. From there, I guess we'll see from the signings we make in the summer who remains.
Yeah, exactly. Before I did the stream, I did announce that I did a podcast with Joe Tweedy, which I'll be releasing tomorrow. We did touch on about Azpilicueta because let's say hypothetically Tuchel is going to be the manager for next season. I think it does pose a lot of interesting questions in regards to Azpilicueta and his future. I mean, what's your thoughts? Do you think Aspi could work in a back four, being part of a back
I think he's a perfect right back. When he signed for Chelsea, he was supposed to be a right back. Problem is Ivanovic was there, and Ashley Cole was getting older. So Mourinho, I think at the time, we decided, you know what, Ashley Cole, he's getting old. I'm going to put him as left back. I'm going to put him in that position because that way we have a player for the future over there.
Yeah.
So being a fullback is nothing new for Azpilicueta. The only thing for me is, can he go back to that position? Because, he's been so dominant in that centre-back position that I wonder if we're not going to weaken our centre-back position by putting him as a fullback.
Do you think it would be weaker though? Because I mean, I think Aspi is going to be really interesting for next year. I mean, for example, I watched a few international games over the past week, in particular the Brazil game. I saw Rudiger playing alongside Boateng, and honestly, I was very impressed with this performance. I mean, of course, maybe he could have closed down Willian a bit quicker for that cross he put in for Jesus, but in terms of his distribution out from the back, it was world class. He was definitely the one taking responsibility in the back, starting moves and helping relieve pressure to play out.
Agreed.
Someone that can play in it too. I look at Aspi, of course. I did watch I recorded the Spain Argentina game. I did watch that. He came on first time playing as a defender for Spain. And he wasn't particularly amazing. He kept giving the ball away. And it really gets you thinking. Obviously, so far, it's weird because Aspi's always played very niche roles. Of course, he's playing under guys like Conte and Mourinho. I mean, Conte's got him playing as a defensive left back, and Conte's got him playing in a three-man defense because that makes sense because Aspi can then push out wide, and in a way, he does get to play his normal fullback role a lot of times due to the position. But
agreed. Yeah.
Let's say we use a back four. Now, it poses, it's going to be completely different how we play. I mean, for example, how do you feel about Aspi's offense in terms of attacking?
Actually, this is a subject I talked to you just before the stream. This is a subject that I wanted to lean on.
Yeah.
What do you think will be the starting 11 for next season? In your opinion, if you're the manager, you go in and you see all the players, you're like, right, this is who I want to buy. This is who I want to bring in from the youth. This is who I want to bring back from loan. And these are the players that I want currently at the club to be in my starting 11. Who would you pick?
Okay.
And you do it with a 4-3-3 with a CDM.
Okay. That's I think it's going to be a pretty long question, so that'll probably be the final one. That will fall in the last 5 minutes. I'm thinking, obviously Kante. I think Kante will be interesting in that CDM role. Now in defense, it's a hard one. I'm looking at. I think in such a unique position where we possess so many great ball-playing defenders, and ball-playing defenders are at a premium in this market.
Mhm.
We've got Rudiger, Luiz, and Christensen. That's some of the best in Europe when it comes to fulfilling that role. And I think that the back two position is definitely going to, I kind of feel for next year, it's going to be a position up for grabs, in my opinion. I kind of feel whoever's performing consistently well, whoever's performing consistently in training will get a centre-back position, because I don't really think anyone's really a standout over anyone else in defence, in my opinion. So I know it's a bit of a cop-out, but I think any one of them really could fulfill that
Well,
role.
you did say Rudiger, so I mean, you did praise him in the international, so he might be one of the options.
And you know, for the club, he has been performing a bit better. Maybe Rudiger playing in his natural position in the middle defence, maybe you could see a better Rudiger. Because when I saw him for Germany, I mean, he's always been pretty impressive for Germany. So, and it's no surprise they're using a back four when he's playing. I think on the left, again, if it's Tuchel, I feel that maybe Emerson will be the guy for him on the left. I kind of feel Alonso's good, but again, playing a wing back and a fullback is completely different things. You do need to have pace to be that fullback. I'd have Emerson there, and on the right hand side, I would stick with Moses. Now, of course, in midfield, I think Kante, Ruben, I really feel Ruben in a Tuchel system is what we need. You know, we speak about Milinkovic, Savic, we speak about Goretzka, we speak about, you know, not actually no one speaks about Rabiot, but I've always felt guys like Goretzka and Milinkovic, Savic, they're basically Ruben with 100 games on top. I kind of feel we possess one of those elite midfielders, which will be going for premiums. You know, I mean, we've seen guys like, your Pogba's, Milinkovic, Goretzka's, all that same type of midfielder going for premiums. So I think we've got one of them for free in Ruben. And to play alongside them, it's going to be interesting. Maybe Barkley, maybe he might, I think maybe he could be, actually, I'm not too sure about Barkley's use of the ball. I think maybe Cesc could still have an opportunity there as well. I'm not too sure about how Baka would play, because again, the midfield, they're one of the strongest points in the Tuchel system in terms of, you have to be good at keeping the ball, keeping possession, playing, short and long, releasing the ball quickly. I don't know if Bakayoko is that type of midfield player where he can do that. But moving on to the front three, starting with the strikers, I definitely think either Mitchell or Morata will be seeing a different player from both those players next season, because they won't be playing in such I wouldn't say negative way, but I'd say definitely a much more difficult role under Conte. And obviously Eden on the left and on the right hand side. That's interesting. I mean, ideally, if I could sign someone, I want Mahrez to come, in my opinion. But yeah.
Okay, and you would have Courtois in goal, I guess.
Yeah, of course, Courtois in goal, Courtois.
Okay, I mean, put it this way: this is the lineup I would go for. I would go for Donnarumma in goal. Because I think the guy at City,
Courtois has said that he will be signing a contract, that he will be staying next season.
See, that's the thing. I don't want another Alexis Sanchez.
But what do you mean?
No, the thing is, he's made these promises countless times and said his made his admiration for the club. My guess is he's going to run down his contract and he's going to leave on a free transfer. And I'm sorry, but I do not want that scenario where he leaves on a free transfer. Look, it's taking too long. Yeah. You either sign for Chelsea and you're committed to the club, or you're just trying to make sure that Real Madrid come in, to get you at a very low price. That's not what I think is suited for a player of his caliber.
Of course, thinking along that cynical way. I mean, let's say you're Courtois, let's say, like I said, being cynical. We know that Madrid have always been trying to sign a top-class keeper. I mean, De Gea nearly signed him, but that fax machine broke. He would have cost a ton of money. Maybe Courtois thinking his best bet of signing for a club like Madrid is he's going to have to be much cheaper compared to the rest of the guys on the market. But again, like I said, they're very cynical ways to see things. But I can understand why people would obviously feel that way in regards to Courtois.
I don't consider him a traitor, but I just don't think it's right to treat your club in a way where you say you're committed to a club, but you don't sign a contract. And I just don't think that's trustworthy. We've seen it with Alexis Sanchez. And I don't think we should have this scenario where actually, you know what, Courtois going to leave next season on a free. That's silly. You just wasted an opportunity to gain that minimum £100 million.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, like I said, I understand the frustration.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Donnarumma in goal. I mean, I think he's been excellent at AC Milan, and I would really see him as a world-class goalkeeper, even better than De Gea at some stage. Rudiger as the left centre-back.
Yeah.
And then, see, this is why I hesitated. I think either Zuma or Upamecano from RB Leipzig. I think either of those two would work in that area. I wouldn't mind either, whichever performs better than the other.
Okay.
As the left backs, I think Emerson right now is also very good. But we also, I mean, it would also be good to have an Englishman playing in our team. So I would say possibly Ryan Sessegnon, because he's that fullback who likes to go forward. True. But at the beginning of his season at Fulham, he actually played as a left back. So he's used to playing as a left wing back role. So I think, you know, whether he goes forward or back, he dominates in those areas. And especially for a kid who's roughly 17 years old, that's actually pretty decent. I mean, as right back, I would put Azpilicueta. And then I would say as the three in midfield, the CDM, I would put in Christensen.
Yeah.
The reason why I would put him in there is because that way we can switch between a 3-4-3 and a 4-3-3 whenever we want. We don't have to stay fixed to one formation.
I don't know. I'm not too sure about Christensen in a team.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, and then afterwards, as the CMs, I would put Kante in there and maybe Isco or Savic, someone like those categories. Because look, I understand the old hype of Loftus-Cheek, but the fact of the matter is we haven't seen enough of the guy. And I remember that time whenever he would play, actually, you know, from the bench and all that, whenever he actually was playing at Chelsea, I didn't really see anything positive from him for me. And to me, I just felt like he needed that loan, but going to Crystal Palace is not enough. You need a bigger club for him. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But for him, I just don't think he's ready for that position just yet. And then up front, I think Bailly as left wing, Morata as a striker, or Michy Batshuayi, whichever. I don't mind either way, as long as it's one or the other. And then I would say Kingsley Coman at right wing. That pace with Kingsley Coman would be amazing to see.
Okay.
Last thing I think I want to say about Hazard, because you know on this debate, I've been pretty critical of Hazard, but you know what? I've decided, okay, why is it that there's a lot of people that praise him? What makes it so that he's so popular among fans? And the one thing I realized is that it's not necessarily about the goal scoring. It's about his dribbling focal point. It's the fact that his dribbling ability. He loves to draw players from the opposition to him and make space for the other forwards to exploit. He's a little bit like our Marco Reus. So I think in that sense, I tend to understand, you know, Hazard being a world-class player in that end.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, when Morata's not performing in front of goal, when Willian is inconsistent from time to time, and you have to rely on Hazard, who barely scores in big games, I mean, I'm just worried for him. And so I don't know. I don't think he's the type of player suited for a style of play at the moment.
Okay. It is a very obviously interesting point. I mean, if you brought it up earlier, we'd have more time to discuss it. Obviously, I've got a few more callers coming in. I'm not trying to stay up till 3 a.m. this time. So
yeah, of course. Yeah, you did eat, right? You did eat.
Yeah, but definitely, you know, I'll speak to you on Twitter afterwards. Obviously, thanks for coming on. Thanks for being a Patreon sub. From next month, like I said, you guys, from next month, there won't be any more super chats or you know, to enter the show or PayPal or stuff. It's literally PayPal donation, because it's cheaper for everyone. and in that way you get a service, because I'll be giving you guys the exclusive tactical videos that won't be on YouTube. So
yeah.
So obviously, Alex, you know, expect that video to come next month, man. And yeah, thanks for coming on. Good speaking.
Yeah, good speaking with you. I'll catch you later.
Yeah, see you later.
Bye, guys.
Take care. Cool. Thanks, Alex. Okay, got the next caller. Let me send him the email now. Okay. Okay, Brian, if you can hear me, you're going to be coming on now. I'm sending the link to your email. Okay, copy. Okay, Brian, I've sent you the link on email, so when you're ready. Okay. Okay. Then I've got, yeah, man like Dennis too. Okay, I'll see actually. Is Dennis on now actually? Let me see. Okay. Let me get Dennis. All right, Dennis. D Lords.
Yo.
Hey, man. Hey, Brian. Hey, good. Perfect, man. So
yeah,
basically, it's cool. So if you send the link on email, it works then.
Yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good.
That's weird. Sorry about that. I didn't realize Google Hangout on mobile was that bad. But yeah, if you want to introduce yourself to the stream.
Yeah, I go by the name Brian. My Twitter is XXL. Yeah, that's about it.
Perfect.
I would do all kinds of bullshit. Anyways, yeah.
But yeah, man, what do you feel like discussing today? What's on your minds?
Well, the only thing I'm excited about is our next manager now. So I just wanted to talk about, you know, the nonsense I've been hearing when people discuss, particularly Tuchel, the fact that he's not won any trophies.
Yeah.
And I think it does a disservice to his entire work, because I read about him today and I looked up what he did at Mainz. And when he first got appointed at Mainz, it was a newly promoted team.
Yeah.
And I think he qualified twice for the Europa League with the newly promoted team in Bundesliga. And he also did some very good work with the youth team. He brought on players, you know, Karius at Liverpool. That's Tuchel for you right there. He brought him on, promoted him straight from the youth team to the first good player. He gave him his break. So is Shinji Okazaki. Who else? Can't think. Even Christian Fuchs as well got his break under Mainz. So he got his break, and also when you look at what he did at Dortmund, you know, he managed to do some decent work despite the fact that he lost a lot of key players.
Yeah.
You know when people mention that Conte is struggling because Kovacic and Costa, they say, oh no, look at that, he's struggling because he saw two good players. But they don't give the same, you know, leeway to Tuchel about why he didn't win a trophy. You know, he lost Hummels to Bayern Munich. He lost what's it?
Yeah. Hey, bro, you know, he lost what's his name? Actually, because your signal's lagging a tiny bit. Obviously, you try and turn off your webcam, because I don't think you want to be on webcam anyway. Can you turn it off on your?
Honestly,
oh, sorry,
hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Is that all right?
Yeah. The signal sounds a bit better. Yeah.
Yes. I was holding my tablet. My bad.
Yeah. No, don't worry, man. It's cool. But yeah, repeat that point again.
So why is it so when you hear people say, "Oh, you know, struggling," you know, we sold Costa and we sold Matic, right?
Yeah.
But criticize Tuchel for not winning trophies when they sold Mkhitaryan, when they sold Hummels, when they sold who else? Another key player Dortmund sold.
Yeah, who was the other key player they sold?
It
wasn't Götze, was it Lewandowski or
Gundogan.
Okay.
And to Man City. So those three very key players that's along the spine of the team. And selling their best players also proved to be Klopp's downfall. Didn't Klopp finish 7th when he left Dortmund?
Yeah, he did. I know they started the first season very poorly, but then it was the second half when they picked things up again, but it was too late by then.
So I mean, context matters when you judge these managers and so forth. So I mean, when it comes down to it, I mean, Tuchel or Jardim for me will work just fine, because I've looked at the work that they've done. Very good with utilizing resources and maximizing resources. That's the most important thing for me as a manager. You maximize your resources, not just the trophies, because the process does matter. How you did it does matter for me. But so I just wanted to ask as well, like, how many key, like, what 3 positions do you think we need to strengthen? Just because I think we need 3 good players to to go back into
get back to that same level.
I don't think we need a massive overhaul.
I think it's definitely interesting. But I think one player, I think everyone knows what position I'm going to be stating right now, but it's definitely on the right-hand side. I've always thought we need someone on the right that has that natural left foot that can cut inside, because when you have players with that dimension, they just help give a greater balance to the team. Because think about it like this, if you've got someone in the half space collecting the ball on the right-hand side and cutting inside with his left, he's taking 2 men with him. So that frees up space out wide on the right for guys to do their thing. And I'll give an example. Even though some of his distribution in the final third wasn't always on point, but against Man United, he was causing Ashley Young a lot of problems. And in a way, that was because, you had guys like your Williams and Hazard especially, moving more centrally, freeing up space. So guys like Moses can just go 1v1. And a lot of times, especially this season, Moses has always been outmanned. Same thing for Alonso as well. So it's definitely hard for any wing back that really plays. But I want someone on the right hand side, and I want Mahrez to be that guy. I think Mahrez is I think with him being he's definitely going to be available in the market. I think Mahrez on the right hand side, you have that natural guy that complements Eden Hazard. In midfield too, I think if you're going to play a more possession style game, we're going to need some better technical players. And of course, when I look at someone like, let's say, Tuchel, for example, it does make me worry about guys like Bakayoko and maybe Ross Barkley, because I'm not too sure maybe they have it in their game to make such great use of the ball and have efficient use of possession. So, but I like to see that guy that can really link midfield and attack. I like to see like an Isco, Thiago style player, I want Ruben to be in that midfield. I think Ruben can become a world-class player once.
Ruben used to live down the road from me.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's mad. Well, did you ever see him? Would I ever say hi?
That was way before I started living.
Oh, that's mad. But yeah, I think this guy has a big future, and I mean, when it comes to, I wouldn't even say signings. I think there's some guys that I'd like to see. I mean, there's 3 in particular. I think Jada Silva. I think what this guy can do as a fullback. Yeah, it's not. He's not a normal guy in terms of, if this guy was in a foreign country and he was playing, people would be raving about him. I think Mason Mount. We've got our own Asensio. And people talk about Asensio. Yeah, he's a great player. But again, I make this point, Asensio is just 100 games over Mason Mount. Mason Mount's already banging in the goals for Vitesse.
Remember what Ray Wilkins said about Bakayoko? The difference between Bakayoko and Chalobah is what? 100 appearances or something like that?
He said that.
Yeah,
Oh,
said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
At the time, I thought he was back on the bottom, but you know.
I know. But that's what I'm saying. Because again, the experience too. You know, in 100 games, you know how to, let's say, manage your body after you're playing. Because think about it like this. Let's say you're a Ruben. You've barely played football now. I know you've seen on Twitter. You know, people have made that point about Hudson Odoi.
It's annoying. It's annoying.
Yeah, it is. It is.
What I sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
Do you guys not actually watch things? You just pull up stats and say, see, he's bad. Like, do you guys not sit down and watch?
Yeah, exactly. But you're right. That's one thing that's forgotten, especially. That's context. You know, I think too many people care about the end product of the context. Yeah.
It has ruined football analysis. And just one thing I want to say is that the reason why I say we need just 3 top players is because I believe that we have certain players in the team right now. Like, for example, like I'm also frustrated with the way Victor Moses has poor crossing. But I think things like that can be sorted with coaching, like putting him on drills, you know, put a cone somewhere and say, aim for that, you know, day in, day out, something like that. Like low crosses, high crosses, things like that can be coached. You already has a certain technical ability to do something. To do that, you know, he was trained as a winger, so I'm pretty sure he just needs coaching. And then player I think that we need to give a chance that's out on loan is I don't know what's the problem with him, is Mario Pasalic, because of his goals. His ability to bring goals from midfield. He's done it consistently at pretty much all the loan clubs he's played.
Yeah. I do know that he hasn't been playing as much for Spartak Moscow recently. I don't know if it's down to injury. I'm not too sure. I need to find out. But I hear that he's not playing.
It's common for a player who's never been settled to be in and out of the team. It's common. That's how it is. It's a common thing. Even the journeyman players who move from club to club, they go in and out of the team because they never settle. They never get a rhythm. They never get any confidence or, you know, maximize the traits to full effect because they're always in and out of the team. So that's why I think the 3 positions we need, like a Fabregas type, Fabregas type player who can sort of like pick passes. Like those direct passes. And the kind of player that links the midfield, like you say, Isco. And I don't know, but and you know, the right side, like I think you pretty much summed it up for me, because I don't know about strikers, but you know,
I don't think we need one. I think with Mickley Morata, I think if you've got guys like Jardim and Tuchel, let's be serious. I mean, if you look at the goals, let's say Falcao's been scoring, Mbappe, with Tuchel, with Aubameyang, you know, for example, they've been getting more than 25 goals a season. So if that style of football these managers incorporate, you get goals. And I kind of feel that this is the type of system a guy like Mickley and Morata need to really, you know, excel and get in those goal scoring situations.
I just worry about Morata because I see a continuation of a pattern that he just doesn't have the mentality to be the striker that a top team can depend on. Like, if Morata scores his first chance, you know he's going to have a good game. But you don't always score your first chance. You don't always do that. And we can't rely on someone to score the first chance in every game. Can't rely on a striker to do that. We need someone who, you know, look at Cavani. I see Cavani miss chances all the time.
Exactly. But the difference is he has another 3 or 4 set up.
Morata has everything. Technically, physically, he's got everything, but that brain of his is shocking. It's shocking.
No, you're right. I mean, that's always been I think one criticism, I think if we just forget Morata's, obviously his finishing, I think sometimes he plays with his head down a bit too much. I like to see a manager try and do something with that. I think sometimes when he should be making the pass or assisting people, he's not really doing that enough. And this is the thing. I think next season, because again, with the managers we're targeting, it's going to be a completely different style to anything we've seen for how many years now, you know? So in a way, everything's going to be back to the not drawing board, but things are going to be, it's going to be a blank slate next year in terms of how I personally feel, how we need to assess the players and assess the team, because we'll be seeing our players next season doing things with the ball and on the ball that they weren't doing before, you know?
And yeah, man. I don't know how much time we got, but like a final point, just to address another piece of nonsense I keep hearing, this idea that you know, we don't have money, we don't spend. Only 3 clubs spent more than Chelsea this season. Only 3 clubs in the entire Europe, that's PSG, Barcelona, and Man City, spent more than Chelsea all season. And only one team in England has a higher wage bill than Manchester United. So I don't understand. I mean, there's a higher wage bill than us, and that's Manchester United. So I don't understand this thing that money. I don't get it. It's nonsense.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is what I mean. I think people need to divert. They need to divert that thinking into thinking about, well, you know, how do we negotiate? Because I mean, let's be serious. I was making that point earlier to the first caller. Yeah, he was a good caller. But basically, you know, let's say using the Lukaku as an example, you know, we end up matching the bids that United put in for Lukaku in the end, but by then it's too late. And let's look at guys like Matic and Costa. You know, people, you know, there's this thing where people feel that we sell players to balance the sheets as if like we're forced to sell a big player every year.
But obviously, our net spend is high, is lower because we have more players than any other team in the league. Most of the players, most of the money we make is selling players who hardly even play for Chelsea. The only first-team players who've sold under Conte is Costa and Matic. Everyone else
never happened before.
Nobody.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, we're not a selling club. I don't know. I kind of feel like you linked into your earlier point with social media and people using stuff out of context. It makes sense. I mean, if you take context out from everything, then you can just, you know, if you're speaking about things as if it's the first time you're hearing it, then that's the best way to get more, I don't know, views and clicks and attention. So you can see
some guy from Equatorial Guinea who's never watched Loftus-Cheek play who just said, "Oh, look at his stats, he's rubbish," and I'm like,
yeah.
But anyways, that's all I have. Pretty much all I have to say.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, thanks for coming on. It was it was being a good talk. Yeah, definitely, bro, definitely. But I'll speak to you on Twitter afterwards. If you guys want to follow him on Twitter, that's XXL, and you guys will never guess how it's spelled. Obviously, XXEXEL. So, yeah.
Just came up with the random ages ago. But,
I know, bro. Yeah, nice speaking, man. I'll speak to you next. Take care. Okay, perfect. Oh, okay. Looks like, Mads. I've got a Patreon sub. Oh, perfect. Let me find out if he wants to come on. Oh. Jaden Colon, appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot. Okay, let me looks like there'll be 2 more callers tonight. If anyone else wants to join, obviously it's the last chance. If not, I'll keep it at 2. Don't worry, it's no pressure. Tomorrow is going to be the Q&A live stream, you guys know. So I'll be answering people's questions and stuff. So don't worry about that. I've got D Lords. Hey man. Okay, we've got 2 more callers coming on. Okay, let me log in. Okay. Why isn't this fucking thing working, bro? Okay, paste, send the link, copy. Okay. D-Lord, I've sent you the link to the stream, so when you're ready, just come on. And yeah, if you guys, you have to give me a quick second, I just need to use the bathroom quickly. You guys, I'm back. Okay, cool. Just waiting for D-Law to come on. Cool. Yep. Check your email. Let me see if my mind's working through here. Okay, cool. The Elbitch will never go away. Hey, sorry, you guys. I haven't really been seeing the chat too much tonight. You guys keep making me laugh too much, though, so you can't really blame me. Keep taking my focus away, but yeah, you're calling me FaZe Gamer. Yeah, FaZe Gamer. If you're gonna call me, send my email's in the description. Send me an email so it's easier for me to obviously see your message. Okay, okay, got it. Okay, cool. Jaden Colon, perfect. But why ain't this thing working though? Also, but yeah, Jaden, yeah, you'll be coming on after the next caller. So yeah, thanks, man. Okay, I found your message. Perfect. Okay.
Hello.
Hey, man, you good?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Just sorry, just give me 1 second. Just caller now. You will be on after, bro. Okay, perfect. Hey, man, you good?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Introduce yourself to the stream.
Yeah, it's Dennis. You probably on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter called DLoadedDone.
Yeah.
You know, I came on here last time. It was a really good talk.
Yeah, you know what? I listened to that track. Obviously, you know Ricky Banks. I'm not gonna lie, it bangs.
yeah. Which one you like?
What's it? It's like the dancey type of one. Roll one or something.
Yeah, roll one. Yeah,
that was hard. That was hard.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Check out the others. Check out the others. We got more stuff coming out.
What's it? I was like, oh, because at first when you were saying linking an artist, I didn't realize how good it was gonna be until I heard it. So it's, yeah, you're
a lot of people told me that. But I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
100%.
Thanks a lot,
thing, bro. But yeah, what do you want to speak about tonight? What's on your mind?
Oh man, a few things, man. A few things. A lot of it is just gonna be like questions, that I'm trying to I get some answers at that. Okay, first one, are we really sure that Conte is really gonna leave Chelsea at the end of the season? Because at the end of the day, what I can remember is he has another year on his contract, and also if we get rid of him, we'll have to pay pay a termination fee.
Yeah,
and also to me, seems like he's just gonna run. He doesn't want to be sacked. Like he just wants to run out his contract. So
yeah,
it's kind of like
a mad situation. You're right.
Mad situation where he wants to leave, but he's not gonna resign. And Chelsea I don't know, they want to replace him, but they also don't want to pay the termination fee. So it's like, are we really sure that at the end of the season he's gonna go and we are gonna get a replacement manager?
Yeah. You know what? It's just so funny you bring this up because this is what tomorrow's video is basically going to be about. I basically break down everything in regards to that situation. So so you've got the option. I can tell you my thoughts now, or you can wait tomorrow for the video because it's going to be in depth and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, that okay. I'll wait for that. I'll wait for that
Yeah,
because that
yeah.
one's not really important.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
I don't want to.
I mean, it is important, but
It is.
you know that one I can definitely wait for that.
Say for that, yeah. Because I wanted to say, because I'm thinking, obviously, I wanted to answer things as best as possible, but every point you brought up, I addressed each point. So
yeah,
yeah. But what else is on?
Cool, man.
Yeah, say for that. But
Luis Campos, right?
Yeah.
We talk about, you know, the good stuff he did at Monaco. Like,
yeah,
if he's really coming to Chelsea, I'm excited, you know.
Yeah.
But what I want to talk about is what a lot of people are not really talking about is the situation that's happening with Lille. Now, yes, he did great at Monaco. But if we look at the Lille situation right now, they are not really doing too great, right? So my thing is this: what went wrong at Lille, and why is he now kind of like available for us to get?
Yeah,
to get.
I think with Lille, a lot of it comes down to Bielsa, obviously being the manager, and you know his reputation over the past couple of years. It's been a bit notorious in terms of, you know, how quickly he signs for clubs and leaves them, and things haven't been. I know there's definitely been a lot of issues between Bielsa and Campos in terms of player recruitment, and I think that this is why things work so perfectly at Monaco. Obviously, Luis Campos had his job, Jardim knew his limitations. They worked together perfectly. But I think that you know, with Bielsa especially, with him being very difficult, not being happy with some of the players, him thinking maybe, oh, you know, these aren't some of the players I want to fit my system. I think this is why there have been some issues. Now, there have been some decent players signed. I think a guy on the wing called Thiago Mendes has been pretty good. They signed that Thiago Mai guy as well. That's been impressive. And at the same time, with Lille, it is a very young team. It's not like, you know, they've got a lot of guys who are, you know, 19, you know, 21, 22, 20. Yeah. So there will be some, I mean, they should be doing better. I probably blame Bielsa a bit more in terms of how he's been setting up the team. But again, I understand it's definitely a discussion point. But I purely think because of his past work at Monaco and what he did, I kind of think Chelsea looking at it from this perspective, where it's like, you know, we've got similar foundations and structures in place to what Monaco have. Now we just need that type. I mean, we need that right person to forefront everything to really take things to the next level. And I kind of feel that, especially with the foundations we have built already, I think Luis Campos can do a lot, and especially because he will be buying players for the loan army. So it's going to be interesting to see what type of guys get bought for the loan army and see just how they develop and progress. Because let's say there's been a lot of dud that's been signed that hasn't necessarily done much, even when they go out on loan as well, not really doing as much. Remember that random Mexican guy we signed, Davila, whatever his name was?
Davila. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was a random one. It's never.
What about the Brazilian one? We also had like a Brazilian Wallace. Wallace
as well. What he's not doing?
Nathan Wallace. We've had some really
exactly. And I think
Matt Miazga from the USA.
He's doing okay. To be honest, he's doing okay at Vitesse. I don't think he'll ever play for us, but I think
he will never play for us, because if you look at the defenders we have now, I mean, like I'm trying to remove, let's say, Cahill, because I don't think he would be starting for us next season. So I'm trying to remove him. I don't know about the David Luiz situation. So we're left with Rudiger, Christensen, Zuma. We might not be playing a 3 at the back next season if we have a new manager. We might be playing a 4. So now my issue is, okay, I do not want to lose Zuma, because I think Zuma is an excellent defender. Christensen an excellent defender. Rudiger's an excellent defender. So it's like, now, if we're going to play 4 at the back, who's going to be the main 2? And I feel if Zuma doesn't start, it might be an issue where we might. I mean, to me, I see him as a future captain. I don't know about everybody else, but I feel like Zuma can be a future captain for Chelsea, because we saw what he did at San
Etienne. Exactly. You know what? I want to ask you, why do you feel a lot of Chelsea fans maybe don't appreciate Zuma as much, or just don't rate him as much anymore. Because that's something that's taken me by surprise. Because I always felt that Zuma's a guy you can't lose at any cost.
Listen, one thing I've noticed about a lot of Chelsea fans, I might get a lot of stick, but I personally don't care, don't give a shit. We have a lot of Chelsea fans, unfortunately, who don't really know much about football. Put it that way.
Yeah.
I'm telling that you get into, when you're trying to get into debates with certain people. That's why when I first heard about your channel, I mean, when I listened to the other channels, I'm just like shaking my head, and then I saw you, like, I literally stumbled across you by accident, because you came on 100% Chelsea TV, and
I swear.
That's the first time I saw it, and like, because I was listening to everybody talk, and everybody's just saying whatever they're saying, and then I was like, wait, hang on, you're kind of like the first intelligent person that actually heard on the like your points. Your points were like, they really struck me, and I'm thinking, hang on, this guy, okay, and I think, what's this guy's name? Not Lewis, the other guy, and he was like, yeah, follow Nini, he's doing his own shows. I was like, okay, so from there, I was like, oh wow, this guy is actually intellectual, and he actually breaks down stuff about Chelsea. So it's very rare when you come across someone who has that kind of understanding regarding the club, regarding the infrastructure of the club, the players, the style of play, the tactical breakdowns, and like, you know what, a lot of Chelsea fans don't know that. So they're, like you say, your favorite word, reactionary. Like, we have a lot of reactionary fans. Like, Zuma is absolutely class. When we got him, I said, yes, this is a steal. This is a steal. Like, if he goes anywhere else, we're in trouble. So I feel personally he needs to be a start on it. I think, I don't know who I want alongside him. I think Rudiger's amazing. I know he's playing a different system where he's playing free at the back. I know he played at Roma, but I think Zuma and Rudiger would be amazing. But at the same time, I also think Zuma and Christensen would be amazing.
Exactly.
So a lot of Chelsea fans, when they talk about Zuma, and I don't know whether they see him playing for Stoke, and like the players in front of him are not really that great.
You can't do it all by yourself.
It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you are. Like, De Gea, who I rate as probably one of the best, if not the best keepers in the world, if you put him in front, if you put some dead defenders in front of him, he is going to concede goals. He is going to concede a lot of goals. No matter how much, he'll pull off some crazy stops, but there's only so much he can do. Zuma at Chelsea, I mean, was it what season was he?
That was 15-16 when he got the ACL.
Yes. Oh, he was amazing.
Exactly. I mean,
he was absolutely,
because I can remember the standout games too. I remember the game against Liverpool in the Carling Cup. He made that ridiculous tackle on Stein. I remember that day, because I think that's one of the first times in how many years where I remember the Stamford Bridge crowds celebrating a tackle like it was a goal. People got up. That was where the Zuma song came from. Did that against like Guerrero, did bits, and it's just like
he did that against Martial against Manchester United. Like,
and it's just like, he was so complete. I mean, the only weakness I felt Zuma had, that was basically down to his age. It was that maybe the last 15-10 minutes of a game, his concentration isn't the same. But he's young. Naturally, that's going to happen. But I thought he was pretty complete. When people talk about his passing, I don't know what they're talking about, to be honest. Because you make out like he's the Black Kale or something. That's what people are. It's like the balls.
That's another story, man.
But when they talk about his passing, they make out that maybe he just constantly loses it, or it's not accurate, or he kicks out of play, or when, let's say, someone's closing him down, he just kicks it away. But he doesn't do that.
He doesn't do that. You know what I think it is because of his stance. Like, he looks as if he's not in control of what he's doing. Sometimes he comes across as that.
You know what it is, though?
He actually is. He actually is very good.
Yeah, you're right. And I was actually, let me go on Squawker. His body mass.
Yeah.
26.6, and he weighs 96 kilograms, and he's 1.9 meters. Now, he's a dense guy. He's heavy.
Dense, yeah.
Imagine he's nearly 100 kilograms. You know,
exactly.
And
I mean, you can see the difference. You can see Christensen's got a very slight frame.
Yeah.
So it comes across as, you know, I'm not saying he's not a great passer. Like, he's an amazing defender on the ball. He's an amazing player on the ball.
Exactly.
So I think because of his slight frame, it comes across as easy on the eye.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to someone like Zuma, who's very built, very stocky, and, you know, it looks as if like he might be losing control of the ball, but he's actually not.
Exactly. You know what?
Same thing. You can even argue that point for Rudiger as well.
Yeah.
You know,
let me see how much
a lot of people
Rudiger plays. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
A lot of people thought Rudiger was like, you know, just someone that would just, he can't play, he can't pass, he can't. You know, he's a great tackler, but if you see, he has an amazing passing range.
You know, with Rudiger, because the thing is, at this club especially, he always had the reputation of being a David Luiz-esque player, and to me, I think he is like David Luiz. You know what I mean? His passing range is like Luiz's. It's just world class. Yeah. I watched that game.
I personally think his long passing range is better than Luiz.
You think?
Because a lot of the time, if you watch Luiz, a lot of the time when he does the long passing, like he does that arm flick, like go and he hits it and it goes nowhere. And I'm just like, oh please! It's like I know what he's going to do. I mean, sometimes he does get it, but a lot of the time the turnover is.
I understand. I do understand, but with Luiz, it's a bit different because a lot of times he's passing it through the middle. You know, he's finding a striker. A lot of times, Rudiger, you know, when you're finding the wing back or out wide, it is a bit easier. So that's why I rate Luiz as passing. But I mean, I love Luiz. I love Luiz too. But that's a side note. Looking at, you know, the BMI, obviously Zuma weighs 96 kilograms. Christensen weighs 78. And Rudiger's 85. So Zuma's nearly is 18 kilograms heavier than Christensen and 11 heavier than Rudiger. So this is what I mean. Look at what he does, but where does the ball go after he does something? Yeah, if it was constantly going off the pitch or going to the opposition, then I understand. But when it's not happening, you know what I mean? Just get over the fact that it doesn't look as elegant. He can't do anything about that. You know, the guy's a tank. You know what I mean?
Listen, I will be so comfortable going into matches knowing that I got Zuma in the back line.
I think so.
Absolutely comfortable.
I think Zuma's the best aerially when it comes to defending. You check his stat; it's 70% every time. You can't get the ball off him. Yeah,
like he attacks the ball. Amazing. It's like you can't beat him in the air. You can't outpace him.
Can't outstrength him.
You can't outstrength him.
Yeah,
you know. So
and he can pass.
Playing for someone like Chelsea. If we have him, I mean, I'll be so excited to have like him, Luiz, Christensen, Rudiger.
That's what we need, I think.
Like we don't. It really annoys me when I see that we're linked with. Sometimes I just see it as clickbait. You know, when we're linked with people like what's that guy from Napoli?
Koulibaly. I saw that one today. I just ignored it.
Like we don't need any more defenders. Like we are actually pretty good at the back.
The last
we don't need any more. That's the last position we need. We need that inverted right sided player with a left foot, someone like Mahrez. That's who we need.
That's who we
need someone that can. Yeah, we need someone that can cut in.
Exactly.
You know? And also, that's another point I wanted to bring up. What do you think of Van Ginkel?
Van Ginkel. Now, again, that's another interesting point you're bringing up. I think one thing, and Joe Tweedy actually brought up this point too. He's on loan at PSV, and he's the captain, and he's been the captain for how many years now since he's been on loan there. So I think that's already saying something about his credentials that they're giving the captaincy to a loanee. The guy does get goals. He can score with his head inside the box, free kicks as well. He can tackle as well. He is a box-to-box player, and I kind of feel, let's say the squad management was planned properly at the start of this year, because I still think Conte doesn't know who half these guys are. I don't. If you told me that Van Ginkel and Conte have never had a conversation before, I'd believe you. I wouldn't be surprised by that. there were definitely players that could have benefited us, especially the times when we had to use a 3-5-2, box to box threat.
Exactly.
Van Ginkel, I mean, he's got that defensive solidity, plus he's got the goal threat, and it would have been interesting to see. I think what he's doing at PSV now, even if he's not with us for next year, I mean, he's definitely going to a good club next season for sure.
That would be annoying if we don't actually give him a chance, because I'm sick and tired of waiting 3-4 years of like watching players that I know that can do a job for Chelsea.
Yeah.
They just keep getting loaned out. I mean, it was the same with Kevin De Bruyne. Like, literally, I had to watch the German league.
Yeah.
For how many? I mean, watch him get player of the season, and we get rid of him. Van Hinkel's another one, because when he was playing, when he was given a chance, and he was amazing until he broke his leg.
Yeah.
That injury cost him, because he's a player I thought this season, right, he would get a chance, because what we're lacking now in that midfield is a goal scoring midfielder, a Lampard type, somebody that can shoot through the middle. He's that player. Right now, we don't have that. We have Kante and we have Bakayoko. Kante is not a goal scorer. So every time we get the ball between when we play, like every time we get the ball between him, Cesc or Bakayoko, they are not really great strikers of the ball.
No.
So the ball always ends up going either to Hazard or going either to Willian going wide, and it goes to Moses, and we can't even put in a decent crossing, or we got, like, everybody knows how we play.
Yeah.
Just keep it wide, because nothing's gonna come out of that anyways. We need that player who is in the middle, and I think Van Hinkel's that player. We don't even need to spend money. He's that player that we can have in the middle, where we can get a box-to-box player. He can get up and down. He's great technically. He's got good height. He's great in the air. He's got two great feet.
Yeah.
What more do we need? Like, I don't understand. I think he needs to be given a chance. Same way I also think Ruben Loftus-Cheek should be given a chance.
Yeah.
Because he's another amazing player. Like, I always said, if we lose Loftus-Cheek, like we lost Chaloba, I think the under-21 should be scrapped. We don't, because nobody's coming.
Yeah.
If them two can't make it, nobody's coming. Nobody's given a chance. Nobody's going to be given a chance. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Sorry, one sec. I heard every point you were making too, so don't worry. But I've got a next caller coming on afterwards. But
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I definitely think that's the case. Because I think the reality is a lot of these guys, you can't even really call them youth as much now, because they are turning 22 now, and I think that's the point where you want that stability, where you want to play week in, week out. I think this summer will be the last point to really get an understanding of just how serious Chelsea consider their youth players. I said youth, but consider their young talents. You know what I mean? I kind of feel that if we don't see the introduction of let's say a handful of them, then then it's just a money-making scheme, to be honest. But
that's how I see it.
It is. It has been. I mean, there's been no emphasis, because here's the thing: the club don't really do anything to stress the managers that you have to use young guys. Yeah, they wouldn't mind if that was the case, but there are no measures or procedures put in place to actually get the ball rolling and to get that happening. I think, again, did you watch the video earlier about Tuchel I put out?
Yeah.
This is where I'm getting excited now, because it seems like, I mean, fingers crossed, but from what I'm hearing, it seems like the boards are going to be doing things the right way next season. It seems with Tuchel obviously being on the sabbatical as well, he's been watching a lot of football. He's been at the club. He understands how the club run things. And I think that's a very important facet, especially because he's actually seen some of these young guys. Now, no one can tell me that Conte checked the Chelsea academy when he was signing. There's no way he was bothering with that. You know what I mean? He wasn't speaking to players out on loan either. I feel that next year,
that Traore one hurt me.
Yeah, of course, not once, as if Traore is like some guy that was playing second division or something like that.
Exactly.
Come on, that's what I mean. So it seems like I'm hoping that they're seeing the inefficiency with how they run the club, and they're looking to put these measures in place to just really kickstart things and just get a completely new direction. So next year, I think if we see a lot of young guys put in, my litmus test is if I see Jay De Silva in the squad for next season, that's when I know that then yeah, you know, every young player's been assessed properly to see if they can provide something, you know.
You know, my thing with Jay De Silva is like I have a feeling that the only issue that, especially with Chelsea, taking the risk on him is his height. That's the only thing, because he's an amazing player. I've seen him play. I watched him play. Yeah, he's an amazing player. But I believe that the only reason he probably won't be given a chance with the style of football we play is his height. I mean, how tall is he? He's like 5 foot.
And I'm not too. Is he 5?
I don't know. Is he the same height as Danny Rose? I'm not too sure. I think he might be smaller.
Because I think last I checked this is like years back, he was obviously smaller. He's grown now. I don't know what his height is just yet. Let me Google it actually to find out. Jay De Silva. Who scored? He's only 19. So what's his height? It's 170 centimeters. So that's what is 170. I swear Ashley Cole had a pretty similar height. So okay, 170. So he's 5'5" basically.
Yeah, that's the only issue, unless, like you say, like Tuchel comes in and we're now playing a different brand of football.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
With the style of play that we've been having over the last few years,
recently,
I do not see Jay De Silva ever pulling on a Chelsea shirt, which is why I had high hopes for like the likes of Chaloba, the likes of Loftus-Cheek, because they had the physical appearance, and also they had the skill to play. I would love to see Jay De Silva play, because I mean, even his younger brother's plays for Chelsea, right?
Yeah, the younger one.
The younger one's playing for Chelsea. He's also quite good. But
Cole De Silva, and they got another younger one as well. I don't know, but they cost the club 1.2 million when they signed all three, and they were like teenagers. So
wow.
Yeah, they were like, I think they were all 13 or 12 when they signed all of them. So I think they come from MK Dons or something. I'm not too sure. So
yeah,
I remember when Ian Wright was saying all those years back, is mad even like thinking of it like that all those years back. But Jay De Silva was the best fullback in that country. That's how much he rated him.
Yeah, because he's got amazing cross. Like his left foot is actually, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, in possession as well. He can beat his man.
Yeah,
he's I don't know. I kind of feel I like to see the club focus on maybe him, Ruben, and someone like Boga Masinda as well, because they can provide free ability. You're saving how many millions as well. So I kind of feel that's the direction I like to see them go through. But obviously, man, been good speaking. Obviously, send me some more links to the music and that, bro. Obviously, I need to check on watch a few more vids and that. I enjoyed what I watched, man. It was sick.
If you're on Spotify, or
I'm on Spotify,
yeah. If you're on Spotify, just type in Ricky Banks, man. Just listen to the EP there.
Okay, calm. I'm gonna do that after then. Yeah, safe for that, man. Thanks for coming on.
Cheers, man. Great speaking to you again, man.
Yeah, speaking a bit. See you later.
Oh yeah, follow me at D-Lo the Don on Twitter.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll put it down in the description. Safe, man.
All right.
See you later.
See you soon.
Okay, I've got the last caller coming on, Jaden Colon. I'm sending you the Google Hangout link now, bro. Okay, copy. Send. Okay. Yeah, Jaden, is that you? Hey, Jaden, is that you? Or hello? Can you hear me? All right. Oh.
I think that's still me, you know.
Is that still you?
Yeah, that's still me.
Cool, man.
No worries, man.
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Next caller in that. Boom. Copy. Okay. Yeah, you guys, if anyone else wants to come on, you'll have to obviously, you know, you've got a small window left. If not, then obviously just next time. Okay, let me last caller. Okay. Just waiting for my guy to come on. With a egg yolk production, yo, bro. If you do want to come on. If you go to the description, you can either go straight to the PayPal or send me an email on NiiNiifc@hotmail.com. So if you want to come on, let me know. Everyday Monday, when you jumping on the sub call, yeah, everyday Monday, man, you need to jump on this. But next month it's going to be different because it's just going to be Patreon. So that means it's just going to be cheaper for everyone. So yeah, I'm going to be running it like that. Man like. Okay. Hey, Jaden Colon, when you're on, let me know. Yep. The silence is deafening. Okay. If you want to be the best in Europe, we need quality players. Yep. Okay, Egg Yolk Productions. I'm gonna send an email now. Okay, cool, bro. NiiNii, just start rapping. Chris Coombs. This guy. I keep seeing Chris's messages today. This guy. You're one of the reasons why I'm not checking the chat as much, because you can't be distracting me like that. The problem is I can come right now, but everyone's asleep. Can't even. Hey, CFC and don't worry. Just come on next week, bro. It's cool. It's gonna be the Q&A live stream tomorrow. So if anyone wants questions asked, then there's that. Yeah, every day. Yeah, come on next week, man. That's gonna be good. Okay. Jaden Colon, if you can hear me, I've sent you in. Okay, I've got a message. Okay. Oh, you're eating right now. Fair enough. Take your time, bro. Okay, so Jaden's going to be coming in soon. He's just finishing his munch. Obviously, I can't rush a man if he's eating his foods, you know. Okay, I'll probably just answer a few questions now while I'm waiting for people then. Okay. Lord, do you want him to be your friend or player? That means with the game. Might try Josh Banks next week. Yeah, be good to have you on. NiiNii. Nah, bro. I'm not twerking for money. Malcolm X, NiiNii, Leon Bailey. With Leon Bailey, as I hear more news, I'll release a video. Obviously, I haven't heard enough to really. I'm not gonna make a video for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, you guys know all my videos around, you know, at least minimum 10, 11 minutes, because I like to go in depth. You know, I take my time doing it, you know, write scripts and everything. So there's just not enough info. I mean, I could just bang out a 5-minute video. To be honest, with every video I do, I could literally cut them all up into 2 or 3 segments and release it. But, you know, I don't do it like that. Okay. Ahmed Nini, what's your thoughts on Savic, Milinkovic, Savic? Okay, the email. Okay, Egg Yolk sent me the email. Egg Yolk, this is my email. Calm. Cool, man. Okay. 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 Yeah, Egg Yolk, I've sent you the message back, bro. Okay, but yeah, as I'm waiting for Egg Yolk and waiting for Jaden. Okay, the question about Milinkovic, Savic, as I keep saying, I feel he's just Ruben with 100 more games on top. I think 120 games on top. He is a very good player, but I kind of feel that obviously with the system Lazio play, where they do use a natural box-to-box player, of course you're going to see the benefits of that. I'd like to see us introduce a player like that for next season. I think Ruben can be that guy. I think it makes a lot more sense to invest time and obviously, you know, invest patience with a player like that. I mean, this guy could be the future of England's midfields. And I don't even mean to sound too Brexit, but I do feel that you know, it's good to have a few English players in the team now, you know, especially when most of the youth team are just English players. So, you know, I mean, they're good enough now to get the opportunity. Okay, Klima Collins on defensively, Moses is better than Zappa. Yep. Okay, Chris Coombs, loan Ruben to Lazio. Well, I have brought up the fact that obviously Leon are interested in Ruben Loftus-Cheek on loan. Who knows what's going to happen with that? But at the same time, it's going to come down to who the new manager is and how he sees Ruben. And I obviously heard that video release. Jardim's interested in him, and I'm sure that Tuchel is going to like what he sees with Ruben. So what I mean. I'm excited for next season. Let's pray. I mean, you guys, if you could, actually, that's a stupid question. I was going to say, would you rather the FA Cup over securing Champions League? Obviously, Champions League. So, are you guys optimistic that we can get into Europe for next year? Okay, Jay, I'm with my fam, so I can't come right now. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Oh, wait. Don't worry. Us and sleep. Okay. Sorry, you guys. Okay, so I think Jaden is still munching his food. So, all right, cool. Man needs to let me know. Okay, let me ask him this. Okay. Okay. Nathan is still a Chelsea player. Yeah, he is. He's at what they called? Omiens. You know, remember Gael Kakuta, you guys? Gael Kakuta. Nathan is loaned to that club in League One that obviously Gael Kakuta is playing in, and Gael Kakuta is actually being decent this season, and it's like the first time in his career he's found a bit of stability in terms of really showing what he can do. And I watched a few highlight snippets and, you know, obviously player compilations on Gael Kakuta in France right now, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm seeing that Gael Kakuta from the youth team. You're seeing the skills, you're seeing the dribbling style. Sometimes in football, sometimes people obviously progress in their careers much later. I mean, who knows? If he keeps his form up, let's say a team like, I don't know, Nice going for him for next year, or Marseille try and sign him next year. I can imagine Tovin leaving. I wouldn't be surprised to see Marseille trying to sign Gil Kakuta next season. When you do it like that, who knows what's going to happen then? So, I mean, I've been happy to see how he's been playing, because I always felt this guy was the best ever youth academy player I've seen. But I mean, I read this really good article about him, and really his career has come down to making the wrong decisions in terms of the wrong clubs and taking the wrong advice throughout his career too. So, you know, it brings up that different side where it's like, you know, to make it at the top in football it's not easy, you know, because talent just isn't enough. You need to make sure you do everything at the right time. You know what I mean? So timing's the key thing. Hey, Egg Yolk, I sent you an email. So if you haven't seen it, obviously open that email. Okay. Nini, Kurt Zuma, Nini, do you think we should introduce Reece James into the first team next season? His cross, yeah, he's got the best crossing at the club. I think with Reece, again, this is what I'm praying. I'm praying that next year, let's say Tuchel comes, that's going to be the introduction of a completely new philosophy at the club. And I'm hoping that, let's say in the future, let's say when Reece James is, like, I don't know, 21, 22, because we have better foundations to actually introduce these guys from the loan army to the first team, they have a chance, they have a future. And with Reece James especially, I mean, you know, before he signed his new contract with us, you know, RB Leipzig wanted to sign him. I think that already says enough about his talents already. Yeah, Reece James definitely has a future. He's been really impressive. Egg Yolk, you sent okay, let me check the thing. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, Egg Yolk, yeah, I sent you a new email. I don't think you've seen it, because I haven't received it just yet. Okay, let me go back, bruv. Okay, Kakuta, another young promising talent stunted by the bottleneck. Yeah, Nini, Isco wants a Chelsea move. Do you want him as a player? Of course, if Isco wants to come, then we have to go for him, without a doubt. And I kind of feel we're in a perfect situation where we can actually sign an Isco, because in terms of the competition, I mean, who's really about? I mean, Juventus, maybe. Man City don't need him. Barca don't need him. United, I didn't see why Isco would want to go to United. I think with some of the Spanish guys we have, Morata is one of his best friends. I could see that happening, especially if the right manager comes and he's playing alongside. You know, you think, okay, so Morata's here. I'm playing alongside Eden Hazard. We've got Tuchel, one of the best managers in Europe. It's quite promising now, you know. But yeah, like I said, Yoke, if you sent a reply, Egg Yolk Productions. Okay. Have I? Okay, you're on now. Okay, Jaden's coming on now then. Perfect. But yeah, Egg Yolk, man, I sent you an email, so I don't think you've seen the new one I've sent you. Okay. So I think Jaden's going to be coming on soon then. Calm. Okay. Did you get it? No, I haven't received the new one. Joe Stevens. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get back to your question afterwards. Hey, Jaden, I think do you have the live stream on?
No, I just shut it off.
Okay, perfect. Because I can hear something.
Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah. It was you.
Yeah, but it's better. All
right.
Cool. If you want to introduce yourself to the stream.
So yeah, I'm Jaden Cologne. I'm from New Jersey, and I was just gonna I just wanted to talk about the Spurs game coming up because this is gonna be my first Chelsea game. I'm going to it. Yeah, and I watch Argentina. I wanted to see what you thought about the game yesterday.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah. It was funny with Argentina. Obviously, they lost 6-1. Of course, as the goals were going in, again, angry, fouling more, getting more rough. I thought that was pretty funny. That's like the typical Argentina thing to do. But I thought it was weird because I'll be honest, I haven't seen as much of Argentina. And obviously, the times I have seen them play, Messi's been playing. So I think to see an Argentina-less, Messi-less Argentina is pretty different. They seem like they weren't prepared at all, to be honest. Now, of course, it wasn't as if it was the strongest Argentina team. There were guys like Liza playing, and also there was a lot of inexperience in that Argentina team. But I don't know. A part of me thinks, sometimes let's say you play a game 10 times in a row or something. You get that one, anomaly, and I'm kind of thinking maybe that could be that result last night. It's weird. I mean, Spain just completely dominated, especially in midfield. Isco in particular was on form throughout, but the amount of joy that guys like Carvajal were able to get, and Alba getting forward as well. I mean, they really funneled Argentina into positions they didn't want to be in, and they had no counter-attacking threat. Higuain, the only chance he had, he blew that. I don't know. Again, it's different when Messi's playing, but I think maybe Argentina needed this result because maybe Sampaoli needs to really fully assess the squad he needs to bring. Because I think there were talks of him saying stuff like maybe Dybala might not come and Icardi might not come and players like that. Maybe after this result, maybe it would be time for him to really fully assess, okay, maybe this guy shouldn't be in the national team for the World Cup.
Yeah, I think they just Sampaoli, if he organizes the defense, I think we could have a good run in the World Cup. Even getting a lot of trash talk by a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, obviously they deserve it, but Sampaoli, he just came in.
Yeah.
He has to instill his system a little bit more so the players can get accustomed to it. Take out some of the players that don't necessarily work. Like Higuain.
Yeah.
I think you should get rid of him. He doesn't really do that well.
Yeah, because off the board too, what is he? I mean, if he's not scoring, what's he really doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Lautaro Martinez, I think he'd be a good player to put in there. Even Aguero. I don't know. Icardi, he could.
I think Icardi's kind of like a good-looking Higuain. I think they're pretty similar when it comes to that. They're all about goal scoring over anything else. I was surprised with what he said about Dybala. I really think Dybala, he can play all across the front three, and he can play at number 10. It'd be really disappointed by some Sampaoli to bring this guy in because Messi wasn't playing. Surely Dybala should have been playing against Spain. He should have been in the squad to show, what? If I let's say, God forbid, Messi got an injury or he couldn't play in the latter stages, we have Dybala who can just continue where we've left off.
Yeah. So how do you think we're gonna approach this Spurs game? Do you think that we're gonna be going for the win, or do you think Conte will be pragmatic and sitting back?
Ooh, I mean, that is a good one because if you look at our previous approaches, it has been a bit similar in terms of being pragmatic. I remember this season when we beat them 2-1. Now that's probably the most hate I've ever got from this channel in my entire life. I think I go on Reddit sometimes, and I've seen comments like, "Oh, after I heard him speak about that Spurs game, that's when I stopped listening to him," or that's when I stopped fucking with him and stuff like that. But I felt in that game we were lucky because we just capitalized on individual mistakes. I mean, Lloris messing up, fantastic individual moments. I mean, Spurs seem to be that team where we always score a wonder goal against them. That helps us, win a game. I think we have a bit of form in our hand in terms of Spurs never win at Stamford Bridge. So I think that must definitely play a psychological. There's definitely a psychological aspect in regards to that. In regards to Conte's approach, though, I think it'd be a bit of both. To be honest, I think Conte's in a position where it's like, what does he really have to lose? Because he's not going to be here next year. So it's not as if his reputation is going to be bad. You already know that he's against other clubs. I mean, everyone forgot, but his representative was talking to Paris Saint-Germain. Not take the game, but I think if we can play similar to how we did against Barca in the first leg against Spurs, I think we've got a chance. Because I think with Harry Kane, he's not fully fit. He won't be fully fit for that game as well. There's an opportunity.
In regards to next year, how do you think that Tuchel would have the best shot at making into the team with him as coach?
Repeat that again. The connection is tiny.
Who do you think from our youth academy has the best chance at making Tuchel's team next year?
That's a good point. I like to think Hudson-Odoi for sure. I like to see Mason Mount. I think the characteristics he has as a player is very. I think he's a very Tuchel-esque player. I think I've always thought Jada Silva is a guy that can do something, and I think Ruben. I think they're the four guys I'd like to see Tuchel try to implement in the team. I mean, I've got hopes for Boga, but I kind of feel that Boga will probably look to get a move away or something, But I think they're the four main guys I'd like to see Tuchel look at. What about you? Who do you think Tuchel could implement in the team?
Oh, I think he could probably put in Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah.
Possibly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would like Zuma to come back and play in that back two.
100%.
Definitely.
I mean, I think back two, that's really interesting. Ideally, who do you think the back two would be out of, let's say, Luiz, Christensen, Rudiger, and Zuma? Who should it be for next season?
Wait, sorry, repeat that again?
Sorry. Who do you think the back two should be for next season? Because I mean, it's pretty likely we'll probably use a back four next season. But who should be defenseman?
Well, I think Christensen definitely has to start in there, and alongside him, I either say Zuma or Rudiger.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're in a very good situation. I mean, we've got 3 ball-playing defenders. How many clubs in the world have defenders that can play with the ball like that? And then you've got Zuma, who's a pure defender. I think is very promising. But, I mean, what do you think about Aspie? Do you think he has a future playing centre back?
For Aspie, I think if Tuchel can't find a specialized position for him where he could thrive in, I think this might be a controversial opinion. Yeah. He might have to sell him, but I don't know, because when we use the fullbacks, we should have more of attacking fullbacks that have more quality on the sides.
Yeah, 100%. It is very controversial too, I know. But in a way, you made that point about you have to, Tuchel finding a specialized position for Aspie. And I think with his recent Chelsea career, he has been benefiting from having these specialized positions, playing on the backside of the back three, playing as some next fullback under Mourinho as well. So I think that's why he's had that type of luck. But I think I'm not too sure about how Aspie will do in a two-core system, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, if United came in with 60 million, would you turn that down?
No. Well, United,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to sell them to a rival. No.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, who would really? I mean, okay, let's say you get a 60 million bid for him. Are you turning that down, or do you want more? Or
for how much?
60 million. I remember 60 million was the price that Juventus wanted to stand for.
Yeah, I think I would probably accept that, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it's not like we have quality in defense. We could we could move the pieces around and like make the team function better.
Yeah.
You know, if he's not gonna work, then what's the point of having him? You're just paying him money and he's not gonna even be playing. So yeah, I would sell him and probably replace him with like somebody else. Maybe move somebody in on the left and get rid of Alonso.
Yeah.
Because who's going to be the backup for Emerson on that left-hand side?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'd like to see Jay De Silva, but I don't know. I don't know if people's even seen him, to be honest. I mean,
yeah,
he's definitely rated highly behind things. But yeah, man, do you have any other final points you want to discuss or talk about? Any pressing concerns?
Not really. I mean, I kind of have to go right now because I have to type in an essay I have to do for tomorrow. Yeah.
Is that what you got? You in your high school?
Yeah, I got suspended for 3 days.
What do you? Wow,
Yeah.
you said that too casually. Man. Is that like a thing?
Well, I mean, I kind of caused a lot of trouble in my school, but
Right.
yeah. So basically, like I was fucking around with my teacher, and I took the quizzes. And I just ran out the classroom, and they got so mad. So they suspended me for 3 days, and it was just pretty funny.
Hey, 3 days, not too bad. You got a funny story to laugh about people too. So, I mean, maybe you could have stolen more. If that's what they're giving you should have taken it. No? Next time.
All right.
Cool,
I'll see you next week.
Nice speaking.
All right. Have a nice day.
All right, cool. Suspended. I used to be pretty naughty in school myself, but I mean, I've always got threatened with suspension, but I never came down to that. So yeah. When he said fucking around the teacher, I thought, right, is this guy beating the teacher? That's what I thought. I was like, wow. That's why I was, when he said fucking round, I was like, is he fucked the teacher? Damn. How come I haven't read this in the news? You know what I mean? But that's mad. But yeah, you guys, I think I'll see if anyone else wants to come on. No, I've got a super chat to ask. Okay, Joe Stevens, thanks, man. Joe, to be honest, the Q&A was tomorrow, but obviously thank you for sending me the super chat and I'll answer your question. Actually, let me ask him. I don't mind. Does anyone else want to come on? Saying I was about to give this guy ratings. Nah, bro, I'm ranking to this stream. These guys, bro. Please. Nini, you're the type of guy to get upset. You got hey, real talk. You can't be talking. I'm not the type of guy to do nothing. Okay, so no one else is gonna come on. Okay, you know, let me ask Joe Stevens, would you want to come on the stream for a bit? Because obviously you sent me a super chat, and I'm just thinking that if no one else is coming on, would you like to come on for a bit? I mean, it won't be the same amount of time, but I mean, if you want to speak about Ruben, you've got an opportunity to. If you're still in the chat, let me know. All you guys are getting suspended like that, damn. But yeah, there's Joe Stevens. If you're still on, send me a message. If not, then yeah, I'll answer your question tomorrow then. Yeah, maybe he did go to sleep. Maybe he did. Because I'm thinking that if If no one's on, Tiggs. Hey, Tiggs, you good? You guys, I'm always shouting Tiggs out. Does sick Chelsea compilation videos. You have to watch this guy on YouTube. If you go to my main page, he's actually part of the recommended channel list. So, guys know what to do. Your videos are neat. Hey, I appreciate that, man. They are pretty neat, aren't they? I got suspended for doing the thing in the cafeteria. Hey, you live a very reckless lifestyle. Everyday Monday, how many teams could bring a Fabregas off the bench? That's what I mean. I think it's definitely something good to bring. Alex, the type of guy to fiddle. I'm not even going to repeat that point. Fiddle. I haven't heard that word for a while. What a way. Okay, what an introduction. All right, man like Tiggs in the building. Boom. I almost scrapped the teacher straight out because he called me out. Called you out for what, though? That's very vague where you left it. I mean, that could mean anything. What did he call you out for? Like, were you doing something suspect or what? What was happening? Yeah, hey, CFC Anuj, bro, you can come on. I think people will just turn their volume off. Will turn their not off, but turn their volume up. So yeah, don't worry. I mean, you can come on. Right, you guys, I've got a lot of troublesome guys in this chat room. Everyone used to fight their teacher and do what were their teachers? Mads. But yeah, CFC Anuj. Obviously, my phone still wasn't working at this moment in time. I'm not gonna lie, I have been a bit lazy, but at the same time, it's nice not hear your phone buzzing every second. So it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing. Okay. Okay, CFC Anuj, bro. If you're gonna come on, send me your DMs so I know that you're still about. Okay, thanks, guys. Okay, hello for this generation. Yeah. You know what's weird though? Anytime people say school, anytime I check my channel analytics and see the stats, I barely have anyone under the age of 17 that watches my videos. Literally, it's like less than 5%. Getting rid of Cesc, he's still top class. Too many draws. Yeah, Cesc can still do a job. I mean, even if you don't think he can start first team, I mean, if this guy's part of your squads, he can still do bits. He still has a role, especially if he's playing Tuchel ball next season. You know. Oh, you're 14. Swear. Bro, you don't have school tomorrow. Man finished high school 8 years ago, trust me. Sometimes I wish I was still in high school sometimes, you know. Life was just much more fun then. Why are you still up at 2 in the morning, Nini? Because I'm doing the stream, bro. How can you not in school? What? I didn't even think to do that type of stuff. I think the craziest thing I did do was obviously I did get... I'm gonna have to say uck, because obviously my mum's upstairs, so I can't just be saying anything. But I did get uck in college, so damn. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, CFC. Yeah, tomorrow, bro. This is better tomorrow. But yeah, that's probably the most I've done in college. Actually, no, I think twice. Okay, twice. Obviously, it happened twice in college, so hey, trust me, you know. Obviously, the big man blessed me too. So, how do you come on though? What? Oh, if you want to come on, obviously, if you got me on Twitter, send me a DM, or in the email is obviously in the description below is my email address. Send me a message on email, and I'll tell you. You know, I'll send you the link. I mean, if not, you can send a super chat and just come on straight like that. But if you send a super chat, send your email address so I can send you the link to come on. Because I'll keep this at the last caller because it's like 2:15 now, and it's kind of late, you guys. Not gonna lie. Uck masterclass. Hey, trust me, not gonna lie, I felt bad after I was kind of stupid back then because she even said to me, "Yo, do you want to beat?" And I was like, "Nah, I just want to keep getting Uck." I was like, "What am I even?" You know, when you're young, you're stupid. You don't really think about these things. You know, when you're a teenager though, I don't know what it's like these days for you young guys, but back when I was younger, it was kind of easy to get. You know how many times you go to, you know, to house parties and stuff like that. You just go to the toilet, you go upstairs. Even when I used to go clubbing sometimes, outside clubs, alleyway and that, like, bruh, I was a bit of a scumbag when I was young, I'm not gonna lie. But my current girls obviously, you know, sorted me out. In school, everyone's got this close affiliation with school. I never used to like school like that. Damn. You need the guy that no. I was actually kind of nice though, I'm not gonna lie. Alexander, yeah, bro, don't this was a long time ago. But you're supposed to be stupid when you're young though. I wouldn't know. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've never really been about the weed life, to be honest. Spoons is always a ticket for thoughts, yeah? Well, really, actually, I've never really been. I only go Weatherspoons for lunch sometimes. That's it. I've never really been there for nights out and that. NiiNiifc had that 99 composure back in the day. Yeah. But you know what happens though? You know, when you are in a long-term relationship, your game does go down. I'm telling you. It's not the same anymore. Everything goes down. Like it's just not the same. It's not the same. Okay, I'm gonna check my emails. I think someone wants to come on. If they can't, then obviously who wanted to come on still? To be honest, I was stupid in that way. Guess that's why I never had a girlfriend. Hey, I don't know. Life was just different back then. I don't know how it is now for youngers these days, though. You think Tuchel would come before or after the World Cup? That is an interesting one. I think it would have to be probably before the World Cup. Yeah, I think it would be before the World Cup. I lasted like 30 seconds when you know what? For me, it was the opposite. Nothing came out afterwards. And I'm one of those weird ones. I got to keep it moving with the ladies. Wow. I'll give you some advice, bro. Just never say the ladies. That's a good start. You know, hey, you guys don't need a girlfriend if you've got Chelsea, all right? I'm happy. Sure, some girls take your game, your childhood. I'm not gonna like. Anytime we get to this part of the live streams, it does get pretty funny. When I was 6 or 7, hey, that's some serious bullshit right there. Ian O'Connell, hey man, you just got to go up to the girl and say, "Well, you shift me," and then Bob's your uncle. Wow, you're definitely 14, mate. The ladies, you know, mads. Bro, but I remember what used to be good nights. All I'm saying is, if anyone is under the age of 18, only advice I'll give you: make sure you have your fun. I'm telling you. If you're one of those guys that maybe you get a bit let's say you're nervous around girls or something, I'd recommend that you just go for it, because there's a benefit to it, because that stuff only really matters when you're in uni. You know what I mean? So when you go to uni, you want to make sure that you can at least hold a convo, or you can do the basics. You know what I mean? Because if you're in uni where it's just chicks everywhere and you're not running nothing, it's not going to be too good for you. So I'm thinking, if you're under the age of 18, everything's different back then. Be a bit more strong-headed. You know, have a bit more convictions. Just try and go for it. Rejection really don't matter at that age. I'm telling you, because you look back, you don't even remember half of these girls. I'm telling you. I mean, even some of the girls I've got with and be with, I couldn't remember. If you told me what their surname was, I wouldn't know. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. It really means nothing when you look back. So just make sure you put that practice in now. So obviously when you get to that age when you're ready to settle down, one, everything's out your system. And then two, obviously, you know, you'll know how to carry yourself, you know. NiiNiifc should start a dating advice channel for real. Mads. You know, I'm hoping when I run the Twitch channel, I don't think I'll ever play Fortnite. I think it's just it's jumping on a craze. I don't think I can. Hey, did you guys see that Fortnite thing? What it was David Mailer, what's his name? Kieran Clark, Pedro. You know, Pedro was on that. I don't know if it was the right Pedro. It was weird because David Mailer, he tags Pedro in no, he adds him on Twitter, so you're thinking it must be Pedro from Chelsea, but I'm not gonna lie. And Wayne Rooney was on it too, but it was them ones where it's like it was so dead because no one was talking. There was no banter. No one was joking around. But it was kind of like, was it even these guys? Was he making it up? Or like, were these guys that scared and that shook to have a bit of personality because they think it could be used against them? But I'm thinking, why come on Twitch then if we're not even willing to talk? You know what I mean? Like, come on. Nini, trust you're above Fortnite. It wasn't actually, yeah, Tiggs, yeah, it wasn't Rooney and Pedro. So why did David Mailer say that? Yeah. Oh, really? It was just randomers, so he admitted it afterwards. Mads. Fortnite's gotten big. I heard this guy called Ninja. He had Drake and some other guy and Travis Scott and other guys on the stream. This guy he got 10,000 subs, which is like 50,000. And I think he's earning like, I think I read somewhere he's earning like 750,000 a month. 750,000 a month playing a video game. That's, you guys, you know what? If any of you guys are under the age of 18, if you want to do anything involving the internet, I'd start now, because the thing is, at your age, money's not even that deep. Money's only going to matter when you're like 21. If you have any hobby or anything you like, you can definitely build something in the next 5 years. For example, if you're 16, you definitely have the platform to do that. I mean, look at me. I've already done YouTube for like a year and a bit, and the channel's at a decent size. Next year, God willing, hopefully it's even bigger, and then a year after that, hopefully it's even bigger. I'm telling you, if you're good at anything, interesting in anything, got a hobby you want to share, I look to find a platform to try and make use of that hobby or passion now, because then that stuff builds in the future. Like, for example, I had one friend, he was doing guitar lessons, obviously, when he was young, and with that hobby and passion, he was then doing I think he did tutorials on YouTube as well, and he was selling courses, and then he was going home to home. But this guy was sick because he was a guitar teacher going to homes in London, in central London. So obviously their parents are paying them big money, and this guy was making how much from a skill set of his? That's what I mean. It's definitely something to look into and pay attention to. Nearly probably earns same as Ninja. You guys, if I did, you wouldn't see. No, I'm joking. I'd still do this. I don't know. Like I said, next year is going to be big because I'm going to have the website coming, and I'm going to want you guys to obviously write some articles as well. I'm going to have the podcast coming. Hopefully that'll be a bigger platform by then, a Twitter channel. I mean, it's going to be a lot of interesting things I'm going to be looking to push. So yeah, it's going to be, we'll see. I don't know about Ninja money though. That's mad. 27,000 a day. But why did he get so big though? Did he get big purely because of Fortnite, or was he already big beforehand? Porn F's up your mind. Yeah, Everyday Monday, you're right. Just bring it back to the previous convo. Watching porn fucks up your mind. Girls become a sex being instead of humans. Yeah, you are right about that. And that's what I mean. If you're young, I wouldn't recommend taking a nut every day. I'm telling you, don't do that. Don't do that. You want to strengthen your mind. And it's just like, you don't want to have these impure thoughts. That sounds so gay, but obviously you want to make sure that you're not, you want to make sure you're not doing things for any negative type of reasons, so let's say insecurities, or let's say when you're feeling down, or this or that, because then you know what though, anytime I think of these outright guys, Everyday Monday, you're giving that example of obviously porn, messing up your mind, and girls being a sex being instead of a human. that's how I think of these outright guys, because some like, it's okay to maybe criticize every now and then. Oh, you know, some feminist has made like some crazy point, but then when any woman does anything and you're just hating on anything she's doing, it is a bit kind of weird, you know. Okay, NiiNiifc, you know that no one is 100% straight. I think you are 8% gay. Ooh, good estimate. Kwame Coring, I'll never forget what Sophie about the strikers. Oh, what she said about the strikers. I don't even want to know what she said, bro. NiiNiifc, boy, will Eva ever come back to Chelsea? She was so sick. Eva, oh Eva. I thought you were thinking of Ivanovic. Eva. Nah, I don't know. I have heard some things about Eva, but obviously I can't drop that. Leonard Lim, next season there's going to be football porn, and that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping, you know, to take at least one nut as I'm watching the football. That's my goal. Okay. When I see a girl, I instantly think sexual things. Really talk. You mean real talk? But that's what I mean. Maybe when you're noticing things, I mean, it's okay to obviously have that, like, you know, that sex drive and stuff, but everything in life is moderation, you know, never overdo anything. I think a lot of times when people overdo things, they're overdoing things from, you know, insecurity or a place of unhappiness and stuff, and that's what can mess up your mentality, you know. That's what I mean. I think when you're under 18, you really are just a blank canvas where you can literally do anything you want. Honestly, there's nothing really stopping you. Especially with today, with every platform available, you can make anything for yourself. So I think a lot of these bad habits start from young. So I think when you can understand them, that's when it's your time to obviously try and maybe re-strategize while you're doing something, you know. Do you follow the Chelsea subreddit? I do. It's called Blue Lions TV, so it's the same as the channel. So yeah, I've got that. Turn up Dave, yeah. Come on, Blues. Okay, you guys, Eva Canara is one of the main problems, is a reason that shall remain forgotten. Champagne football, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. NiiNiifc, Sterling went to my high school. And, oh, he went Copland. You know that Sterling went to Copland too, because one of my boys was in the same class as him. You know, with Sterling, you know, he used to play, you know, goals in what, Acton. What's near Acton? What's that place near Acton? The other goals. If you guys don't know what goals is like a five-a-side AstroTurf pitch. Hanger Lane. What was near Hanger Lane? But yeah, but he used to play on that five-a-side pitch there too. Okay, Alperton. Yes, Alperton. That's what I'm talking about. Alperton. Kingford. Nah, that's far. Kwame NiiNiifc, we're gonna need to have patience with Tuchel, correct? Yeah, like my basic next season for me is a blank canvas. How I assess players, how I look at players is going to be completely a clean slate, you know. That's what I mean. So I'm just looking to yeah, just keep an open mind and see what happens, because we've never had a manager really like him. So I think a degree of patience is going to be necessary. But yeah, you guys, I'll probably stay on for 3 more minutes. When it's 2:30, then I'm just gonna keep it moving, mate. Kingford. Oh, that's your ends, yeah. Defend my family, Jules. Ike Igbo went to my school, funny enough. He wasn't even that. It's normally like that. It is normally like that. Like, you know, the guys that were ballers in your school. I've always thought that's really weird. Like, I had this one guy. He was called Mark Goodman. Now, in primary school, this guy was doing stuff with the ball you wouldn't even think 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds could do. I remember he told me a story a few years after. Obviously, you know, we went to the same primary school, but he told me a story that Arsenal scouts had seen him and they wanted him to sign to the Arsenal Academy, but it was his parents that turned it down because they wanted him to focus on the studies. And I'm thinking, this guy was such a natural baller. Like honestly, left foot, right foot dribbling style. He was kind of like a, maybe I say me less like a Lallana type of player, you know. And I'm thinking if this guy signed for Arsenal when he was young, he'd probably be I think he'd definitely be a Premier League footballer right now. No. I said Premier League. I mean professional footballer. He'd definitely be a professional footballer, because the thing is, when you sign for clubs that early, you get that benefit. I mean, think about it like this: a guy like that who can play number 10. If you're playing Sunday League, if you're playing for, you know, semi-pro clubs and stuff, no one's ever going to use you in that position, you know. And the thing is, it wasn't as if he was the fastest. It wasn't as if he was the strongest. So it's like, that means, oh, he's not strong, he can't play in midfield. Oh, he's not fast, he can't play on the wing. So even though he's probably a better player than everyone, because number one, they don't play football at that level. It's all about kicking the ball and rushing. Guys like this can just get snuffed out. And it's just like, if his parents let him sign for Arsenal, his life would be completely different right now. It's a shame. It's a shame. Is it possible a club can get trophies without a manager? So no Conte, nothing, no backroom staff, nothing. I'm not too sure if that's ever happened, to be honest. Motion Car Nini, let's hope Tuchel is a genuine long-term plan. Let's see, because you guys, before I end the stream, I'm going to obviously leave this on the final part, but you guys, when you look at Tuchel, don't look at him as, oh, is this guy going to be here for the next 10 years? Because for me, I'm not thinking that. What I'm thinking of is the long-term effects. What I'm thinking of, signing Tuchel is the introduction of a philosophy, and it's the introduction of having long-term planning. So by having that philosophy, that means that if we're looking to embrace a completely different style of football, that means, let's say Tuchel leaves in 2 years or whatever, we can bring in another manager that can continue that type of work. And it's just like, when that happens and you have that philosophy and everything happening behind the scenes like that, that's when you can get that long-term success and you can start to build, you know? Because think about it like this. I mean, do you think Guardiola will be at Man City for 10 years? No. And also think, why do we need managers? You know, I think we need to forget about this like Sir Alex Ferguson effects, where it's like, you know, he was an anomaly, you know, to be there for 20 years like that. But at the same time, I mean, you know, why couldn't he test himself? You know, he created an environment that was so comfortable and easy for him. Why didn't he try to test himself abroad? You know what I mean? So there's an argument to that. But I don't think having one guy for 10 years is the best idea. I mean, most times it ends up like Wenger, where they stick with the same plan. They can't adapt. They can't change. And then it's just like you stagnate. I feel that a new manager preferably every 3 years, I think is ideal. To obviously keep that competitive edge, to introduce new tactical ideas, and to keep that competition going, you know? Okay, but I think, yeah, you guys, I'm gonna end the stream right now. Yeah, exactly. Ramirez, we don't need back now, you know? There's going to be no more Conte ball, so we don't really need him back. But yeah, you guys, I'm going to end the stream now. Tomorrow, I've got a few videos coming out. I'm going to have, obviously, the video with Joe Tweedy. I've got the video on Antonio Conte. I might even have a Spurs video as well. Actually, I think I might keep that for Friday, to be honest. But yeah, you guys, thank you for watching. Tomorrow is going to be the Q&A live stream. It's going to be much earlier. I'm going to make sure there won't be any more technical issues or anything like that. So stay tuned for that. It's been good hanging with you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cool.